Well, I didn't actually bring my, this one's I've had for ages and I haven't worn it in stream. So I can see that we're all not naked, which is great. I was worried about you and Brad coming on naked. I'm not gonna lie, that was a big concern.
I mean, the first topic of discussion should probably be how does everyone sleep? Like, because that's you know, usually I just be in boxers. That's what I sleep in. Like, so that's
I'm
not
the
really.
same, yeah.
Is that TOS like males nowadays? Like,
I don't think so.
Male nipple is not. Yeah.
It's just the world, isn't it? Everyone always hates female nipples, apparently. You know.
That's true.
Male nipples.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey.
No, isn't it? It's like females can legally be topless in New York or something. There's like some weird law there.
Is that true?
Yeah, I tried it.
I don't.
Oh,
I didn't try it. It is
Tell
true
us
though.
your
It is true.
experience.
Certain places you can be topless. Yeah, this is a great start, by the way. I'm so glad this has turned out to be completely crazier than the other ones. Thank you very much, guys.
Brand safe.
Yeah.
It was vaguely on topic about PJs. It's just we don't have any. This is a thing that my mum bought me and was like, you can sleep in that. And I was like, thanks, mum. I've never worn it until now.
There's no way Ro and Knight sleep in what they're wearing now. Like, you would literally...
What do you mean? I sleep in this. Just on the floor in a Pokemon onesie? Yeah.
Mate, you would be sweating. Like...
No, of course I don't.
Bro.
No, I don't sleep in this. No way.
I do weird stuff in my sleep. So I go to bed like fully clothed. I wake up like naked at a window. So yeah, I'm unpredictable.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you need to lock your doors at night.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
I also like giggle in my sleep as well. Like I have a phone app that basically records like how I sleep, and my partner has a lot of fun in the morning when he opens it up, and it's me like trying to install a stick of RAM into his head. And talking through the process genuinely happens, and I start like laughing as well. So
I once woke up with my wife trying to plug her phone charger into my ear, right? And I got like and then she got annoyed at me. I went, "What are you doing?" And she got pissed off at me. I'm like, "What?" She was legit. She's like, "I'm charging my phone." I was like, "That's my ear, mate."
But she wasn't sleepwalking. She was just doing it for real.
No, so she could charge it the other side. She obviously thought she was on the other side and just started poking a phone charger in my ear. Like, you know, I've had worse in my sleep, but you know.
Worse in your ear, or?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, TOS. We got to be careful. You know, but...
So what we'll do, we'll start the podcast properly because this is the 5th one, and I knew this was going to happen because this is a full UK podcast. In fact, this is the first one we've had with all UK guests because we normally have somebody from somewhere else crazy. We've even had a US complete podcast just with me sitting there pretending to be just one of the Americans. But guys, what we're gonna do first, we're gonna say Meganyy can introduce herself on the channel. I know Megany's been on the podcast before, but we do have some people in here who have, of course, been very new. So go ahead, introduce yourself and your channel. Go ahead.
I should have really thought about this, but I'm Megs. Hello. You can call me Meganyy. You can call me Megs, but please don't ever call me Meg. I might actually just cry. I am probably as close to a part-time, full-time streamer that you can get at the minute. It is quite literally my part-time occupation to be a full-time streamer. So, yeah, it's chaos in my house at all times. I do currently have one cat sleeping on top of my PC, a dog by the door. I can hear the other 2 cats running around in the hallway like lunatics. And I don't know. I feel like that's about like when your pets become your personality. Oh my. Dog just got scared by something. That's what's happened. My pets have become my personality, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Do you have dog cam and cat cam?
I do.
Yeah. All right.
I
Yeah.
do.
She's too far gone. All right.
I know. It's too late. It is actually too late.
Aww.
And there's like dog cam, cat cam, but there's like one where the cat cam's small, but it's like full screen on this face, and then full screen on this scene, and then the small cat cam. I've got it all going.
What is a full-time, part-time streamer? Part-time, full-time streamer. What did you say?
Full-time, part-time, full-time streamer.
What is that?
I used to be. I used to
pretending that it's a real
full-time streamer. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's all streamers.
No, I'm feeling my way in the world of the gaming industry and finding jobs and figuring out what I want to do. And streaming is
just a professional way to say cat cam.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
How long have you streamed for, Meganyy?
Well, I can ask Knight this question because I know our partnerversary is actually the same day.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it the same year?
Yeah. How long has it been?
6 years partners.
So seven years streaming. So I've been through the ringer. I've seen it all. I've been there.
No, it's like because I know it's a lot of people like around that sort of point in years are actually transitioning to jobs in the industry now.
Yeah.
Just like because of the stability and because you get older and your life goals change and you know streaming is great, but the instability of it sometimes can be
terrifying. But no, it's fun. It's fun. It's good. It's like I feel like I've kind of learned all I've sort of really can just from streaming, and I wanna dip my toes elsewhere. You know, there's loads of little pools out there that I'm ready to go swimming in, and yeah, it's good. I don't know. I feel like I'm so out of practice of this. I've forgotten how to talk live because at the minute all of my
that's how you talk live. That's how we talk live.
Well done, Alex. Well done. Proud of you.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, oh god, she can't talk. Quick, get her a beer. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just so a lot of the stuff that I'm working on at the minute is working in short form like media, like YouTube shorts and TikToks and stuff. So I've forgotten how to speak to other people full time. It's hard. It's so hard at going back to it. Oh, don't know how you guys can do it anymore. I'm just like, oh no.
Just about determination on like literally a string. Like it's like one of these days. One of these days I'm gonna be like, no, I'm googling jobs. It's fine. This is
this is it. So, well, like what did it for me was the fact that recently bought a house. I say recently, last year bought a house with my partner, and the mortgage advisor was like, okay, so when you retire, I was like, I'm self-employed, a full-time content creator at that point. What do you mean when I retire? I'm going to be doing this till I'm dead. And it just gave me the kick up the bum that I needed. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll start looking for jobs now. Yeah.
Mortgage advisors and banks, they love content creators. They're their favorite people to lend to. They're their favorite people to lend to. They absolutely love you.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, they're like, I can't wait to lend you some money. Your job seems so stable and reliable.
Exactly.
Here's a mortgage, buddy. Have another one. Do you need a bit of extra cash on the side to do the house up? Not a problem.
Watching your income leapfrog from month to month. Hey. Like, what is going on?
Honestly, honestly, I went to... me and my wife were talking. We were talking about getting like an Airbnb place, getting a place to Airbnb or rent. So I went to the mortgage advisor.
No.
I know. And I'm like, all right, we were looking at this place. It wasn't an outrageously expensive place. We already own our own house and we own 2 rental properties, right? She has a business. I'm a full-time content creator. So I was like, oh, the bank is, I think I'd be all right with us. We've got plenty of assets there. The guy looked at me like I just handed him a dead baby when I explained what I do. Like, he was just like, you want us to give you money? Like, he practically threw me out the office. And I'm like, really? It's just literally no interest. When they see that your monthly income can fluctuate between like 1 month it could be 20% of what it was the previous month, 1 month it could be 300%. It's the stability. It's the variance that they hate. They want to see a regular solid income, which is why we have a lot of people in the Albion category now. We'll probably talk about that later. It's like blowing up and a load of people wanting to go full time. And I'm like, whatever you do, if you can, get a house before you go full time because the bank hates you. The bank thinks you're the worst person ever afterwards.
Yeah,
unless you're one of the biggest
pure
creators
scam
on the site. That's
Oh yeah.
But like the biggest,
you wouldn't have a mortgage.
You don't have a mortguage, probably.
Yeah, they just live out of a Maserati.
Well, before we get into a tangent, right? We're gonna go to because we'll be here all day. I knew this was gonna happen. We'll go
to his intro. Technically, sorry, we've just hijacked
part of it.
You just hijacked.
A full mortgage breakdown of a streamer.
Yeah,
is
so
part
this is me announcing that I'm going into being a mortgage advisor, guys, specifically for content creators. I don't know anything about it, but I can tell you that it's not fun to do.
No.
Oh dear, Brad. You're next then. This is going to be interesting. Should I mute him now or?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Hi, I'm Brad. I have a cold and I don't actually sound like this, and every now and then you're going to see me mute and cough, and if I don't mute in time, I'm so sorry, but I am half dead. I'm a full-time, part-time, full-time streamer. I don't. Everyone is, because streaming is the weirdest job ever. But I've been streaming every day, full-time since 2019. But I think I signed up for an account and started streaming in like 2014 for the first time. So I don't know how long that has been. I used to be an editor for a prolific a YouTuber.
I wonder if you're going to mention that.
Some people might know me from.
Was he a wrong un?
They all are.
But like, are we talking like Operation U-Treat here, or like?
Don't know what that is.
Jimmy Savile.
Oh Jesus, no!
Oh Christ!
You guys,
no.
You guys got no news.
That wasn't where I was going with it. No.
All right.
Probably in a different way.
Get that joke.
You're, actually, to be honest, you're probably too, Lewpac.
Well, I mean, this is on so late that everyone is an American, so they don't know who Jimmy Savile is anyway.
Unless they were a pop star in the 80s.
And they have their own house, at least, if they do. I live by myself and pay my entire rent, but with that Leapfrog stream income, it's awesome and not terrifying at all. You know what I think about? I think it's just this. You either have depression and you work a 9-to-5 job, or you have anxiety and you're self-employed.
Or you have depression.
Pick one. I've been streaming for a long time. I just do variety stuff, and I also co-run a D&D channel called Table Story, if you like tabletop roleplay stuff. And that's it. That's all I do over here. That's it. Me and a dog. I got one dog. He's a bastard.
Wait, what type of dog is it though?
A bastard, he just said.
Yeah, he's literally part demon. He is the vessel of a demon known as the Endarkened One. That's the most I've been able to transcribe so far from the ancient texts. He's awful.
But what does he look like though? Is he a big dog or a small dog?
He's I'll just show you him. He's right there.
Ah.
Yes.
See Megany's just in the background. Ah, he looks cute.
He's getting old, man. He's an old man.
Guys,
yes, his name
allow
is
the dogs around the equipment. Holy man.
What are you worried he's going to mute me?
Hey, my dog pees on everything.
Yeah,
like,
but you're just a
shoots about
puppy.
10 wires. Yeah, he's a puppy, but like, yeah.
He's weirdly he's good house trained, but he's like annoying in that he's just like very attention seeking and loud. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
He doesn't pee on stuff or anything like that anymore. He's
Not
too old
yet,
for all
but
that.
he's getting ideas from this podcast. He's thinking about it. He's like, I don't know, maybe I should.
Yeah. I just got he's all over it. He's weirdly well behaved at that thing, but he is. I think he enjoys tormenting me because it's like attention, you know. Like he wants my attention. He's got like separation anxiety and shit, and he likes my attention and winding me up does that.
Do you have?
Is he old, or is that's the
he's
breed,
11.
right? Oh, he is old. Yeah.
He's actually a border terrier toy poodle mix.
Oh.
So yeah, it's like the two worst dogs you can get. He's like intelligent and evil. So he knows how to do shit. He knows how to bide his time and stuff. It's fucking crazy.
But you know what they
set up
say?
plans.
Dogs are like they're humans. So,
well,
what does that say about you?
Pure fucking evil. Unbelievably annoying. And getting way too old for this shit.
Explains a lot by mine. Loves food and just walks into things. Great. Yeah, pugs. All right, so Lewpac, then you are next. Tell us about your channel without getting me cancelled today, please. That'd be great. Thank you.
That's pretty difficult. Nah, to be fair, I'm Lewpac, and I never wanted to be a streamer. It just kind of it happened accidentally. So I was playing I was trying a game out and chatting with friends, whatever. Like, I don't think didn't have Discord then. I can't remember. We used to chat on Ventrilo, I think it was, because IRC had died. And I was like, guys, you got to try this game. And they were like, didn't want to spend $20 on it. They were like, oh, just make us do this, to go on this Twitch thing. And I was some Google how to do it. So I'll show you the game on this. They joined my channel, watched it, and then random people started joining the channel and talking. And I was talking to them, and I was like, "Hey, this is all right. This is kind of fun." So I did it the next day, and I did it the next day. And yesterday was 6 years partnered on Twitch. I've been on Twitch like 6.5, 7 years, something like that. I've always branched out. Like, I've never like. I stream full-time hours, but I've never just only relied on Twitch because I think it's always been quite a risk because I'm older than probably a lot of Twitch people. I turn 40 next year. I've got a dog, 3 cats, 2 fish, and 2 daughters and a wife. So
I love that
interesting order.
Yeah. Well, I went in reverse. I had 3 fish. Right. Funny story. Quickly, I had 3 fish. Don't have 3. I have 2 fish now. Came downstairs the other morning into the kitchen, and my wife said, "Hey, Michael Jordan's dead." I'm like, "What?
You mean the fish, Michael Jordan?
Now, at the point, I forgot that I called one of the fish Michael Jordan, right? So I just come in. Now, she could have prefaced this with the fact that Michael Jordan, the fish, had died, not Michael Jordan, the basketball player who I love. Because I just said, I'm like, nearly had a heart attack first thing. I'm like, what, when? How? She's like, and then, I kind of twigged when she said, I think we'll just flush him down a toilet. I was like, because that's probably not how you treat a treasured American basketball star. But yeah, like, I forgot I'd called the fish Michael Jordan. I had a very spooky morning. Like,
yeah. Funny, crazy story. We did the exact same thing with a fish, and my nan instead of you, and the fish was called Mel Gibson. I'm not kidding. The exact same thing. My nan almost had a heart attack.
So yeah, so I've been, I started accidentally on Twitch, and I'm still kind of here. I would say I'm quite a stretch from like typical streamer guy. I think Ro can vouch for that. Ro knows me quite well. I live a few minutes away from Blue and Queenie. I live in the next village to them in Northern Ireland. We know each other quite well. They could vouch that I'm not really a normal streamer guy. I'm a little bit blunt with no filter. You might have already realized. But yeah, so I've been maining a game called Albion Online for quite a while. And I started streaming it during the beta because I liked it, and then sort of got in contact with them, and they approached me to host their official channel. So I've been hosting the official Albion channel like as an employee of theirs for 5.5 years, and I branched out into like event hosting and stage hosting. I do DJ. I was DJ long before I was a streamer, so I've DJ'd a lot of gaming events. If you've ever been to a Twitch London, I was the DJ at a lot of them. I've DJ'd at like TwitchCon, Gamescom. I helped roll out gaming events to the Middle East. I did the first ever gaming event in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Saudi Arabia. I was one of the first ever Western presenters on stage in Saudi Arabia. Like, so, and then COVID came and everything went to shit. And, and then I was like, man, now I have to actually try hard on my stream because I don't have all the side work now. But I'm a professional USB stick inserter, said one of my longest viewers, who actually today I like this. Like, so this guy insulted me in chat, just hit a 68-month sub streak today, right? The other guy insulted me in chat has a 73-month sub streak. This is the sort of viewers that I have to put up with. But I will admit openly that this is the culture that I probably have cultivated, a rod for my own back, if you will. But yeah, what you see is what you get with me. If you've ever met me in real life, you'll realize I'm pretty open and straightforward. I'm not really a complicated person, right? But I like the culture. I like the community. And I've Twitch and gaming and stuff has changed my life, honestly. Like I've always been a gamer since I was a kid. Like, I do feel old on Twitch now though, especially at events sometimes, like turning 40 and having kids. And it's nice to hear like people like Meganyy saying, I've just bought a house last year with my partner. Now I've got to think realistically about life, stuff like that, because it's so true. And there's this thing when you're thinking like that, you almost feel like I failed. You're like, oh, I must have failed as a creator if I have to go and do something else. But actually, you're making the best decision you can. And I've got loads of friends like in that same bracket. And I think it's important that people don't just ignore the realities of future, like retirement, like you said.
Yeah, honestly, it was such a wake-up call.
Twitch,
Man.
Twitch gives us all a pension, right? We have a company pension, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
actually
Right,
like
okay.
it's at like a crisp mil each. Yeah.
That's where it starts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
No,
it
yeah,
scales
yeah.
depending how long you've been on the
Yeah.
platform. Yeah.
Yeah. I just like it's obviously like everyone knows. So if you guys don't know, when you become a partner on Twitch, they give you $1 million, and your personal Twitch rep comes
sign-up
and
bonus.
lives. Your personal Twitch rep comes and lives with you for the first year to manage stuff.
Yep.
Right? I mean, like real talk. Can anyone get an email back? Like off Twitch? I can't get an email back, mate.
Well, most of the people I know have left over the years, so I think it's more of the case of just going to events now when they're all back, and then seeing who we can meet nowadays. It's going to be that
The
case.
new
Like
people.
yeah, I think so. Like just meeting all the new people. I mean, it's just a matter of time to meet them all. But I
Things
think
have
it just
changed,
takes
though.
forever.
Things have definitely changed. Would everyone agree in those 6
Oh
years?
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
agree. I'd say there's 6 million streamers now on Twitch, so it's probably 10 times what we were used to back when we started, when nobody could do it because OBS was crap and the internet was just not there for most people to do it. So,
Do you remember when you didn't even have a preview on OBS? It was just like grey, and you had to like set things up, and then you go live and just see what happens.
You had to
And
watch it
then-
on your. You had to watch it on your other like
Leave
screen
it-
or your
leave the
tablet
stream
or
running,
something
yeah.
to check that it
And
was
be
going.
delayed. Yeah, that's why I used to do it.
That was my only viewer. He was very loyal.
what we'll do is for time, Knightenator, would you go ahead and introduce yourself and your channel before we go on another tangent? Because we
This is the
gonna
whole
happen a lot.
podcast.
Yeah,
The intros, and then it's going to end.
I'm pretty sure that actually happened last time. Like I
Hello, hi, I'm Knightenator. I have been on here a really long time as well, and every single time that I go to events and people are like, oh, how long have you been on Twitch? They act as if I'm literally like so old, like I'm a fossil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm from the Egyptian like fossils, the tombs. Yeah. So I've been on here since 2015, which was a very, very different time. But basically, sorry, it's a massively loud motorbike outside. I specialize in chaos pretty much. I started out as a full-time old school RuneScape streamer. I played that for 18 years. And then during the pandemic, I was like, I quite fancy, switching things up just a little bit because I've been doing that for 4 years. And since then, honestly, things have just gone from chaotic to even more so. My stream was all about like flashing lights, metal, cascada, good vibes, really, really good community of people who are very, very sassy to me, to be honest. Very rude, but very nice to each other. So they get to enjoy that. But that's pretty much it. I have a game design background as well, so I tend to incorporate that in my streams. And I like to switch things up and do things that are very different from the norm. But I am variety in terms of games, chaotic in terms of style. That's me.
Sold. I'm sold.
That will tell you. I think I remember you streaming a lot of RuneScape because I think that's how we find you, but I don't even remember how we met.
I knew
been a long
Knight as a
time.
RuneScape streamer. Like I think we're like I think Knight and I are like mutuals on stuff and have seen each other
Yeah.
at events, but we've never actually had a proper conversation.
Yeah, it's true. I get people coming in constantly just being like, oh, I'm so sad you quit. I didn't quit. I still play it. I just don't stream it. Like, I used to stream 6 days a week, 7 hours at a time. And then like last year, I was like, maybe 5 days. And now it's not as much RuneScape. So people just are convinced that I've quit and I hate the game. I don't. I still like it. I still do stuff with it. I still do some things with JagX, which is the creator of RuneScape. So I haven't quit. I swear. I promise. I haven't.
You did some presenting
No,
for them
just
as
quit.
well. I remember
Yeah.
watching an event like that you were presenting at like ages ago, where I used to follow like the PvP scene quite a lot in RuneScape. So I used to love RuneScape as a kid, but I just didn't. Yeah, I just followed the PvP scene. I remember seeing you at events.
Yeah, so I did some. I firstly took part in some of their esports events, which was terrifying on stage at like ESL centers. I was terrible at taking part. I was so diabolical. So then when they asked me to host it, I was like, yes, that's a bit like I can do that. That's fine. Which was way more fun for me, but way more brutal because people that watch esports are absolutely brutal. They are. Whoo!
Someone said you're 56. You're not 56.
I'm not 50. See, these are my viewers. They're very mean. They're
Love
very,
it.
very
They're
mean to
like
me.
mine. I think my viewers and your viewers get on actually. They seem to have that same abusive mentality.
I
But
think
no, I've got
generally
56.
every streamer in this has a very abusive chat. I'm not gonna lie. I think we all actually do because I hang about in everybody's chat here. and they
I get
give
on really well
everybody...
with my chat. We
What are you talking about?
It's just love. That's all it is. It's not active Warzone every day. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, never. I don't know who that guy was the other day. F something. What was his name?
Thread, yeah, clinically insane. Absolutely the most, dude. I love it. He's one of the craziest people I've ever seen because he used to be normal and then just went insane, and now he just types insane shit. We thought he was a bot. We thought he's been hacked or something. One of the most amazing. Like it's like, what the fuck happened here? So now every time he types stuff, I just.
That's our Wavy. Anybody I raid, every so often he sends them like GIF messages. So he sends them a message, this random streamer. Let's say somebody's in my Albion Alliance mind, and he sends them like 2 GIFs, and it's somebody holding his head, so mind, and then his name is 1, and he puts 1, and he sends 2 GIFs like that. And it's like, why are you sending these people this? And he just constantly does this consistently, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, I've got a couple of people. I'm not sure if they're bots or not. There's a person that all he does is put Keck W's in the chat every single time. That's all he does.
Yeah.
And there was a point right at the beginning where we were like, is that a bot or not? And I don't think we even know yet. I just leave him.
Do you know that some of them are trying to learn English in your channel? Have you seen those? Because that's probably why they're doing Keck.
I call people out that are trying to learn English in my channel. How dare you? I know straight
This is
away.
not a learning space.
I have a whole thing where I guess your job, let alone where you're from. I'm like, right, you're foreign, you're an engineer, you're in IT, I can tell, dude, it's a whole thing. I'm awesome at it as well. I figure it. People, you do this long enough, people come in, they type soon. You're like, I know everything about you. I can tell just from this fucking shitty comment you've written in the chat. You're a piece of shit. You're 16. You're still in school. You know what I mean? It just, anyway, I don't know what I can say.
Streamer by day, private investigator by night.
I'd be awesome at that. If they ever needed to like solve a crime on Twitch through only chat comments that were in my chat room, I reckon I'd find the killer within an hour.
They probably could use your services after most Twitch cons, bro.
Yeah, I know. I won't help them. They've never helped me.
One of my favorite things is when someone comes in. It's been a while since I've been able to do this, but when someone comes in and they mercilessly mock you, I don't like to time people out. I like to play with them. I like to sass them back.
That.
And
Same.
oftentimes,
Like
I
a
will
cat
look
with a
them
little
up.
mouse or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I will start Googling them and I will start to find their YouTube channels.
Oh, dude, that's the best. That's the best thing
and they're
ever.
sitting there telling me how I'm absolutely diabolical. I'm never going to get anywhere.
Yeah,
Me
you
and
put
my
up this
stupid
thing that
100
they
viewers
filmed
awful,
on a
and I Google them.
microwave. Yeah, they haven't got a light or anything. They look like shit, and they're like, so I've. Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite thing to do.
I've never understood viewers that care more about a streamer's numbers than the streamer does. Like that seems like the weirdest thing. Like I haven't looked at mine in years. Do you know what I mean? Like I haven't. No, I look at the analytics at the end of a week or a month, but I don't have it live anymore because
how can you do? I wish I could do that. I can't. And
because
you'll kill yourself. You'll lose your.
It's just like because I'd be like, do you know what I mean? I would be thinking I'm having a good. My viewers are like 50 viewer Andy take. They're not wrong, but like, do you know what I mean? It'd be like if I think I'm having a really good stream and the energy is good, and then it would like drop 40 viewers, and then I'd lose my energy. Like,
and then you get in your own head as well.
Yeah,
yeah. Fuck with your emotions and your energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely.
And it's like the best thing I ever did was stop looking. I have like a rough idea because of chat. Like depending on how chat is, I have a rough idea of what it's like. But I just honestly looking at the individual number during a stream, like once I stopped doing that, it was so
going wrong.
It was
what's going on? Like
game changer.
Shit
thing
going
is,
wrong with the thing.
I agree with that entirely, but I can't help but
you have an anxiety
and
disorder.
just make myself sad.
Yeah.
I have to look.
But you can just hide it. You know you can hide it.
Yeah,
I know, I hide it and then I go, okay, we just have a little look. Just a little look.
A little peek. Oh.
I mean,
why did that one
if it
guy
doesn't
leave?
affect your mood, then
No,
I
it
guess
does.
it doesn't. All right, well then, yeah, you gotta stop
I'm
doing
like,
that
you
shit straight
shouldn't
away.
do it. You should hide them, but I still look at them because obviously I want to make myself sad.
So what you need to do is you need to hire a dude with a ruler that just slaps your hand every time you try and like look at the view count. No, stop it.
I like the thing that matters, and it's kind of weird to say, but it is subscribers. That's the thing that I will look at once or twice. I don't even look at that too much because I'm way too anxiety for watching all those numbers going up and down. I'm also like zero business, so I'm just terrible at doing it. Anyway, I'm like, oh, I hope I have enough food next month. Let's find out next month.
Well, we'll see.
But
ramen's looking tasty.
Yeah, fucking cool. But the thing that I learned a long time ago was to like not stress out about the stupid viewer number, because that goes up and down all the fucking time. It's insane. If the subscriber number is going up significantly or down significantly, then that matters, because that's actually going to fuck up rent, you know? Like that's the thing that I it's the only real number I'll check at the end of a stream every now and then. But then gift subs came in, and sometimes I lost 800 subs the other day in an hour, and I was like, oh fuck, that was September drop, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh well, see you later. I was like walking out, but you know, and then I was like, oh wait, that was September. It was September. Breathe. Yeah,
gift subs are a double-edged sword, though, aren't they? Because it's hype when you get a ton, but in your head, you know there's gonna be that like massive.
Well, 11th of December is gonna be.
But gift subs.
Write that off.
See you, bud.
They're discoverability. So that's the issue, the discoverability, right? That's the good part about them. If they're random, they're discoverability. Obviously, if they go somebody direct, it's not discoverability, but you're happy for that person. But it's discoverability is like pretty good. And that's what I've always liked it, because somebody came in and says, hey, I've never been in this channel before, but I got gifted a sub thanks to this person, and then they could potentially stay around depending on your community. Have you ever like checked your subscriptions and just found you're gifted to loads of random channels?
All the time, yeah.
Like, I'm like, who are these people? And I go around and
that's
I'm just like, oh, okay.
I know.
Like,
when I'm looking for an
have a look.
Like, you don't have.
Hang on. Let me.
Oh yeah.
It's gone.
I've been gifting this guy BradWoto. I don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
That's me. It's me. No, please come to my channel, please. I've been watching my viewers go up and down like crazy. I can't do it anymore.
There's only one here I don't know. Everybody else I do. Interesting.
Me? I don't know anyone here.
I don't
actually know anyone here at all.
I watched you a long time ago as well when you're playing a little random game. It was like a black and white game. I can't remember what it is. It's like a jump about platformer thing. Ages ago when you used to stream like later.
Don't click subscriptions on this page.
Oh, no.
It takes you off the show. All right. So anyway, investigating. I'm sub to Emma in the RuneScape category. Knight, you know her?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sub to her. I've never been in her channel. I know of her from back in the day, but I got all these random subs. It's so weird.
That is, I don't know why. Maybe it's just depending on who you're connected to, who you've rated, and stuff like that, and who they rate.
Maybe.
There's going to be some pattern.
It prioritizes. There is like an algorithm, right? So if you gift bomb a channel, it's like active viewers, lurkers, followers, and then because some people have like really supportive people and have more gifted than they have followers, like new streamers and stuff, and it just goes to randoms on Twitch. And like you said, people might discover a stream that way.
There was a Minecrafter who, what she did was she only had like 6-7k followers, and what she did was she made goals to get to 10k gifted subs within a month. She did it, and it was crazy. She only had, she doesn't have anywhere near like a massive viewer base. It was like 100 average. So again, like she wasn't like one of these massive like 2,000-3,000 streamers, but she did it no problem.
Who's got that disposable income?
Minecraft is a big community. Like it's humongous.
Yeah, sure.
It's
but that 10,000 drop off next month.
Oh, it was instant.
Yeah.
It was instant drop off. Like I think they lost like over half of it the first month, and then the next month it was even worse. But that 1 month is like that could do you for a whole year type of thing, depending on where you live in the world.
Dude, I'll take 10,000 subs.
Exactly. So
Jefferson in chat, one of my viewers actually, he had a really good question. This is something I was saying the other day. Like I was trying to explain to chat, right? If you could have a viewer, right? A viewer that's subbed to your channel forever, basically. No, never unsubbed, but never said a word. Or a viewer that never subbed, but was in every stream, chatting, engaged with all your tweets and sponsor content. Which viewer would you take? Like, if you could choose between the two.
Is he a
The
piece
latter.
of shit?
No, like
Or if it's super annoying, though.
yeah, exactly. But like every streamer would prefer the active person interacting with all the content and stuff like that, as opposed to someone that gives them $5 a month.
Nothing worse than a
It's like
chat.
the way that everything's going as well. Like, sub counts are great, but brands aren't looking at that anymore. And sponsorships is how to keep things going at the end of the day these days. So anyone like interacting, if I like have a sponsored post, I'm like messaging my mum, like, please like this on Twitter, like, you know. And it's definitely over. But I appreciate all of them, but
the whole reason like I ended up I came onto Twitch, it wasn't in any plan to have a career or anything, but the main reason that I went, oh my god, this place is amazing, I want to stick around, is because for the first time in my life I felt like I had proper friends. I felt like there were people I could actually relate to. Like, I'd always been a complete outsider. I'd always felt like I was on the outside of every single friendship group. People wouldn't think to invite me. I'd just be like, oh, can I come along? And no one would think about me at all, which is not, this isn't woe is me, but like when I came to Twitch, I was like, oh my god, these people are actually like me. Like, we have loads in common, because it's the one thing that all unites you, you know, and you bring people together, and suddenly you're not outsiders, like you have your own group. So any day I would take like friendship over money.
Yeah, the thing, like long-term streaming as well, having like a core base of people that might be smaller than a large base of people that will dip in and out, I feel like is so much more. It's good for that 100%. Mental health shit, because you're like, well, my subscribers aren't wobbling like crazy every month and I'm not losing my shit. I way prefer kind of, I aim for that. I don't give a fuck. I say some crazy shit, and I know that the people who are in the chat who either don't immediately get banned and roasted by me, or aren't kind of like just that type of mentality, like they're like, oh, I'll pop in and I don't really care and leave. People who connect with you and understand what you're saying, and you just kind of, if you're just kind of truly yourself somewhat, people will connect with you as a person, and it's so much easier to stream for long time, like long form content, and then they don't go anywhere, because why would they? They found a connection in you, and you found a connection in them, because they're saying stuff in the chat that you can actually, you know, have a conversation. Like I hate people that just come in and type meme shit, and it's so annoying because I'm the PewDiePie editor. So imagine the people that fucking come into my fucking chat. It's the worst. Imagine the worst thing from The Witcher. That's what they look like, you know? Like that little, you remember in The Witcher where there was that bulbous, demonic little baby thing? That, I reckon, is probably the most intelligent person that's ever come from that stream of people. But the
I could just the mental image that I have of that baby just sad, like, watching your stream.
100% what they look like. I guarantee it. But anyway, the thing is, the way that a person will come in and have an actual conversation or give to the chat in some way, and you're having a conversation all day, right? That's kind of what you're doing. Sometimes you're talking to yourself, but a lot of the time you're kind of just looking for something in the chat to engage with. Anyone that puts anything engaging or interesting in the chat, all good. If you come in and you just have something stupid, I know I said I have a KEKW bot child, but he's like a pet that we keep around. That doesn't count. I love that so much more. So yeah, anyone who is engaging in the chat with the streamer and connecting with the streamer, and if you're connecting with them, that's so much better. And also people will stick around for that as well, so you can have that confidence that
what about on ban requests? Do you just keep it on? Because I keep it on just for entertainment for me and my mods. Generally,
my mods just tell me if there's a funny one. They just deal with it, and they tell me if there's a funny one. They're like, hey, you should show this one on stream, it's pretty funny. Someone's having a pure mental breakdown here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like our little bud the other day, that Queenie and I and some of the Eve/Albion streamers I've had an interesting viewer doing the rounds and causing all sorts of drama and being silly. And yeah, he's you know, these people that are just like pathological liars for just no reason, just not even about stuff that matters, right?
Yeah.
Just for absolutely no reason. And we've all met someone like that. You literally Jay from the In-Betweeners. Jay from the In-Betweeners. Oh yeah, I shagged the entire Swedish netball team last night. You know what I mean? It's like And this guy was just talking all sorts of stuff, and he was like, and he literally was like, he said in DMs to another streamer, he was like, how would Lewpac and Blue and Queenie have ever known each other if I didn't introduce them to each other?
Yep.
And it was like, except for the fact that we live 5 minutes apart, like they literally live in the next
You would have
village.
never known.
Apart from
Never
the fact that they
met
live
each
in the,
other.
literally in the next village to me. They
You
come
bumped
to my
into him in
house.
Big
They
Tesco.
come to my house for dinner. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but and like, so he spouted off. I'd never met the guy before. He spouted off a load of stuff in my chat, like that I was able to just completely debunk.
Oh, it was the best. You know
nice
why
fun.
he did that? He got upset with us basically because we were doing we're going around an indie section in Gamescom, and he was trashing all the indie games, and we love indie games. Like some of these games are made by 1-2 people. We were like, oh, that looks really great. He was sitting there saying, oh, they're all shit. They're all horrible games, right? And we were like, dude, I don't know you well enough. You're going. So we got rid of him. He'd been in the channel for like a couple of months. He's been a bit weird. So we were like, okay. And yeah, he went to Lewpac's stream like literally the next day saying, oh yeah, those Blue and Queenie guys, you know, they're obviously this and that. And then he started giving off to people in DMs saying, you know, it's all me. I got them into Albion, stuff like that. Dude, I don't know where he came from, but it was insane. It was insane, the stuff that he came out with. And then he went into another streamer's thing and said the exact same thing, saying he got me to play Eve, Albion, and several other things. And he kept adding the games along on the people that he's introduced us to along the way. And I was like, where is this going to end up with? It's going to be like a Chinese whisper.
Actually, I was like, bro, did you like deliver me when I was born? Like,
we started making a meme.
Were you there in the doctor's room, like hand delivering me into this world? Jesus Christ, this guy was. And the thing is like, this is, I mean, like everyone here has been around, right? It's not really an issue for a lot.
In what
of us,
sense?
but, like,
What are you suggesting?
Yeah, I mean,
here?
that's pretty.
We've all been streaming for a long time, like, come on. But like sometimes, especially like new streamers, new affiliates, stuff like that, they're so scared to ban someone who's active in their chat, even when they're acting up, because they're like, oh, I lose a viewer. And it's like, it is not, no viewer is worth it in the long run. Even if they're a sub, even if they're a donator, man, if they start giving you the weird vibes, just bin them off.
I love banning.
No matter what.
Can we speak
and
about
especially,
Brad's panel then?
What?
Can we what?
Can we speak about your because Brad has a Twitch panel. I really wanted to bring this up because this is interesting. Brad had a panel on his Twitch. You'll love this, Lewpac. And at the bottom it says, if I don't like you, I will ban you.
Yeah, that's my chat rules.
That is your
you
chat
give them a
rules. And I was
loophole,
like,
man. They're gonna fucking find a little loophole for, you know, if your rules like, don't be racist, don't be, you know, don't do this. They'll be like, well, that's not racist, you know. And now you're dealing on their rules of what racism is. I don't give them shit. I'm just like, this is subjective entirely to my shit.
Yeah.
If I don't like you,
you shouldn't.
You bad.
Like, this is what the thing. It's like, people have to realize, and I think a lot of people, when they're trying to grow a community from nothing, they're sort of like, every viewer counts, and it's like, no, but it has. You have to build the community that if you want to do it long term, you have to build the community that you want to hang out with.
100%.
Like, and I wish I could. Listen. I wish I could go back in the time machine and give myself this advice, because what I've got now is like, it's like the Moss Esper of Twitch chats, honestly. Like, it's not.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Huh? Nah, they're all right. They're all right. I hate them, they hate me. We get on fine. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
I do my unban request live. I let the chat read the unban request, and then we go through everything the person has ever said. And then I go, there's the evidence. You're the ones that have to sit in the fucking chat room with them. Because literally off the back of what Lewpac was saying, that one bad person in the chat room can fuck the energy of the whole stream up.
Yes.
For you, for everyone in the chat.
When someone's being awkward and taking over the chat as well. Like, and this is like without like, and I think, like, I don't know. I honestly feel like female streamers have it worse with people going too far. Like, I feel like the guy, like, you get those viewers appear way more frequently in like female friends chats than they do in male streamers. I've noticed that a lot. Like,
sometimes I don't know. I don't know about that.
Almost like the chat guardian. Do you know what I mean? You can't say anything without this person having an opinion.
It depends on what category you're in and stuff like that. Like, if I go in the Minecraft community, I get some absolutely pleb children coming in, and I'm like, where are
mate.
your parents, bro? But if you go in like games that are
You get a
for
lot
a
of
bit more
kids.
older people, yeah, like if you go into category, even free games in general, like Fortnite and stuff like that. Well, we all know what Fortnite is, of course. But any free games, there's a lot of children, and you're like, my channel is not for you. Like in the nicest way possible. Is your parent here? Get out of my channel, type of thing. Because we ban anybody who says they're under 13 instantly, because it's against TOS,
Yeah.
and we just
Same.
instantly report them. Type of thing. We don't want them in the channel. It's too risky, and also it's too risky for them to be on here anyway. But like it really just depends on.
I ban
what
a
you
lot of
sort
people that are
wanna
under
do.
about 20. I'm too old for anyone. Dude, I hang out
Yeah.
with it in real life, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? I ain't fucking got time. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Freak. They're like, you know, I'm like too old. I want to talk. The first thing we all spoke about was mortgages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 20-year-old
over 30?
No.
On a nice
Nice.
face.
What?
Get around.
What?
27. I've got a mortgage
No.
though.
That's older
I
now.
can talk
I
mortgages.
say that, yeah. Like I'm,
Wait, why
I'm
do you
28,
unite?
so
What? How old am
What
I?
age are you?
27.
Oh, okay. Because your chat's been like your viewers have been saying everything from 56 to whatever. They
Yeah.
said you taught Shakespeare English.
Wow.
The first game you streamed was Space Pinball Arcade.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
First
It was
game you
actually.
came
Do you
with
remember back in like
Fun.
the Stone Ages where you'd like just carve a little dirt pit and then you carve a little one next to it and then you move the rocks and then whoever moves the rocks the furthest you
Oh
win.
yeah,
That's
Unga
the
Bunga
first
Rocks. I
game.
love
Yeah,
that
yeah,
game.
Yeah, no, I don't
that's
remember
my
that 'cause I wasn't around.
personal favorite.
That wasn't right either, so I'm not going to
There's
claim
a
that.
stick, that circle and a stick. You ever see that? The fucking kids would play in the old book. It's just literally a stick and a. I don't even understand.
I
what
only,
the fuck
I
that
only,
was.
I only know of it because RimWorld. You can get your colonists to play it in RimWorld. I think.
Oh no, not the thing where you throw the circle onto the stick. I mean, like a kid is holding the stick and the circle is like going down the street like a wheel, and they're holding a stick.
oh yeah,
onto
and
it.
they're like,
Oh,
I don't know
nuts.
what that even is, but I used
Yeah.
to see it in books and shit when I was a kid. Maybe I'm too old. I need to get out.
I
Hey.
know what it is. Well, I don't know what it is, but I
Yeah,
know
what
of
is
it.
Or what
I've seen it
actually
in,
is, like,
in
what is
pictures
that
of
game?
Belfast. I've seen it in pictures of Belfast in like the 1970s, and I'm like, where the like? I don't
The
think that was supposed to be
70s?
around the 1970s. Yeah, but Belfast was
Belfast, they're
pretty
probably
crap in the
still doing it.
70s. Yeah, probably. I
Probably
would
still
say
on that
so.
shit right now. I don't know.
I
Have they got
would-
fire yet?
They're
Have they
burning
made
stuff.
it to the Stone Age, or
I'm not even sure, to
We
be
know.
honest.
Okay.
I don't really go to
Alright.
Belfast. I avoid it.
you have to do that
like,
Star Trek thing where you can't.
No, we
contaminate
live,
the
we live,
culture.
we live on the coast outside of Belfast. See, we're
We
all
do.
like chill
Far enough
village
away.
people.
They still got pirates and shit over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, we sound like pirates,
Like
right?
old school ones as well, the fucking cutlass. Pirate Martin, give me your fucking rum. Fucking Belfast, dude. Never even
Well,
been
what,
to
you need to
Ireland.
move over here, Brad. That's what you need to do, so you can just
I
join
think I
with the
do, yeah.
pirating. You can. You
Yes,
can
like
there's
Irish
actually
people.
loads of streamers coming here. There's loads of streamers coming to Northern
There
Ireland at the
actually
moment.
is. Cesarin
So-
started
My
getting all
plan-
the Path of
Zi-
Exile
yeah.
streamers over. Like literally, so
Zizaran,
he's,
Zizaran has started this Path of Exile exodus, hasn't he? Of like
He
everyone
has.
coming to Northern Ireland because we have low business taxes and really cheap houses.
Where
yeah,
does everyone live right now?
everywhere
Exact
around
address and
County
postcode.
Down,
Yeah, anywhere in County
anywhere near
Down, like,
Belfast. Yeah.
because it's developed, it's
That's where you two
gentrified.
live.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and everyone,
course.
like all
What
the, all
about
the
the
other.
other two? I mean, the other two on the
I
court.
can't
on the
say.
court.
Oh, they
I'm
live in
afraid. I
Not
can
even,
tell you
not
the
even
UK.
ballpark.
We
Dude,
all
you're in
live.
witness
over-
protection, dude. In witness protection on Twitch, you're insane.
But see, this is the thing. But this is what I'm saying. Like
Go on
some
Twitch.
community, some people can't say the flipping town they live in.
I've doxed myself
Right?
on stream because I know it doesn't matter.
Like, yeah,
Nothing- What are you gonna
like,
do? Come to our house? All
Oh yeah,
good,
no,
baby.
we
Come
can't
in.
can't say it.
Doors unlocked.
which is why like that rhetoric of like, because you get a lot of like salty affiliates to be like, oh, female streamers have got it so easy, and I'm like, bro,
No, dude. No, fuck
I've
that.
seen some of my friends' DMs. Like that like I absolutely, I do not believe. I think it's 10 times more.
No way. I've got
like,
stalkers as
tough.
well, and I just don't give a shit.
But what?
Yeah,
All right,
no.
so I'm
Yeah, but
understand
there's not
wrong.
giving a shit and then there's fending for your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean.
Ultimately,
I
you
get to
can-
not give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, guys get that luxury, don't they? Guys,
Do you know
because we
what the
don't-
worst thing is, right? Is that so I used to do a lot of like Instagram, just pictures of me basically. and nothing nude, nothing like that, just onesies and stuff like that. Anyway, I had because we have a great don't you say anything. We have a great background. We do a lot of tech things and stuff like that. Anyway, some guy sends me a message. He actually came in the Twitch chat probably like last month. I think it was the last time I seen him, but he asked us a setup question. And Simon checks the Instagram DMs before I reply to anything because there's been some weird shit in there, including dick pics. So just so you're aware, if you ever send me something on Instagram, Simon loves the dick pic.
He loves
it.
Alex, if I get anything, Alex opens it, and then Alex will normally reply like a picture up the nose, like it's fucking tiny.
Exactly.
And then they're like, whoa.
Small, right? It's too small. But anyway, what's happened was this guy was asking us a question about tech. And Simon answered it because he's better at tech than me. That's just, how it goes. He's a lot older than me. But anyway, he knows a lot more. So he answered it. Very technical question. Answered it down to the T. And this guy says, yeah, I don't really think that's how it works, but thanks anyway. And I was like, okay, so you're sort of like saying that to somebody who knows a lot better than you in regards to this because you think you're talking to a girl. So anyway, he came into the stream and said, thanks for the tech advice. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't me, that was Simon. And he said, oh, and left.
Wow.
And left. He's like, oh shit.
So weird. Those weird parasocial relationships where they want your attention, but they're also a dick and they kind of want to one-up you and you're like, what the fuck?
But it's the fact that he thought because it was a girl, he couldn't get meaningful tech advice. We had the other day, went out for dinner with my wife. My wife ordered a steak and I ordered a Caesar salad, right? So the way it brings it out, sticks the steak in front of me. Do you know what I mean? As if like it couldn't possibly be my wife who's ordered the steak.
Yeah,
like
me man, me steak.
Oh man, I was like, no, I like a Caesar salad, and my wife wants the steak.
Do you ever have that thing, ladies?
It's just every aspect of life.
Where you walk up to a thing and you like go up to the person in the shot and you're like, hey, I want to, I don't know.
I feel like I know exactly what you're going to say.
Whatever, and then they speak back to your boyfriend. And you haven't, or they give them money to him or whatever in your receipt and shit. And you're like, dude, I hated that shit. I'm single now. But when I had a girlfriend, I had one once. I did.
That was an advert. That was an advert, by the way, ladies. Or gents. It's 2022. We don't judge.
Yep, I'll fucking take anything. I mean,
it's fine. It's been a dry spell. His balls are bluer than the Blue Man Group in Vegas.
Oh, dude, that's the worst though, man. When people do that shit to you, and you're like, because it's confusing when you're the dude and you're just standing around like, oh, and then someone's fucking talking to you. You're like, why are you looking at me, dude? She wants to know about the fucking power drill or whatever the fuck you were buying that you think that I'm the one it's for.
Yeah, I've had that. We're like talking about like my business to people in person, and I'm talking about my business. It's got nothing to do with my partner. He's just there because he's there, and I'm having like a full-on conversation with him. They'll go away, they'll come back and they'll talk to him, and I'm like, hi, hello. No, he's got no say here. This is me. Hi. It happens a lot, and it's very annoying.
At the builders, we getting one of our bathrooms redone at the moment, and the tiler came round and he started asking me all these things, and I'm like, mate, you want to speak to my wife? It's her project. She's in charge of all the building. Like I was like, go speak to my wife, do what she says. I have no idea what's going on in there. Like, but they do. They just assume that the man must do it.
Yeah,
I don't tile myself. Absolutely not. God, I hate tiling. I can do most things. I hate tiling. DIY. Tiling is the worst job ever.
Yeah, your missus is very good at DIY, actually.
Nay, she's insane. Like,
she's really good.
She does all these crazy things with the rooms, and I'm like, this looks like it's gonna be whack, but I know when it's finished, it'll be good. So I just leave her to it. Honestly, like,
she just starts streaming it. It'd be great. Karen's DIY.
Man, she's already got business. Like, she's got a lot going on already. I think she's not really a gamer, so it's fine. You know, Karen, she's fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's not really a gamer.
I'm sorry, my cat might jump on my Goaxalara and make things happen. Did she make things happen? She didn't make anything happen. Okay.
Hear it, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Actually, speaking of which, we haven't got through anything we're supposed to discuss today. We've only got through about you and your channel, and it's an hour in, which I'm not surprised.
Oh wait, do we have topics?
What do you mean? I sent you a freaking document.
Mortgages. We've talked all the.
Wait. Where was the topic? Wait, was there like a brief?
There is a brief, yeah.
Yeah,
is
so
a
the next
break.
one we're moving on to
Oh.
general knowledge.
Quite unprofessional. Do you
Starting
think I
with-
am?
Oh, right. So when it said the things not to talk about, I thought that was a checklist. I'm 4 out of 5 already. Great. Banger.
Oh dear. Actually, when we were walking up stairs, Simon said, right, okay, just make sure Lewpac doesn't go on any rants or tangents. You know what he's like. And I was like,
Who
yeah,
said
I
that?
know. Simon did, yeah. He's gonna put his foot in
I
it.
can't really argue.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't. But we do need to figure out how to get Brad over to Northern Ireland as well. Right, we need to do it.
No, because you're foiling my plan. My plan is to get all streamers to Scotland as
Scotland's
well.
too
So-
expensive.
Scotland's the same.
You're in
Scotland's
Scotland.
The same.
I am
Scotland's
in
the same boat.
Scotland, yes.
No way. No fucking way am I
Why?
going to fucking Scotland. Yeah, you're
Why
mine.
not?
Yeah.
Listen,
I might as well move to fucking Abu Ghraib, dude. I'm not even
I
in fucking
can't-
Scotland. I went to Glasgow once. It was insane, dude. Someone
But you
threw
just
glass
you
at me.
know, the further
Not a
north you
bottle,
get, the better
just
it is.
glass. No, dude.
Scotland's like Northern
No.
Ireland. Like it's reasonable prices. It's like honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I cannot wrap my head around this, right? And this is something I've ranted about loads.
Oh, here
Sorry,
we go.
tangent again. Simon, don't worry about it. But like, I mean, like streamers and their obsession with living in London. I'm gonna call them out, right? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, bro, you stream
worst place
7
to live.
hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't leave the house, right? You get Uber Eats, you get everything delivered from Amazon. You don't leave the house. Why are you paying £2,800 in rent to live
For
in
rent,
London?
for
They're like,
one
oh,
rent.
everything happens in London. It's like, yeah, but I get a plane for £90 and I'm there in 50 minutes. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
less,
So much.
less,
And
30 quid each way.
my mortgage is
honestly-
£500.
I've had people, like companies, be like, "Cat, stop." There you go. Right, she's
Why would
got a
they
lot to
say
say.
that?
for
Why
us.
would they say that? That's such a weird thing. This is another thing females have to deal with, see? Weird emails.
Cat, stop it. But they'd be like, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna pay for your travel and things like that." So the train, and then I'd be like, "No, but probably flying's easier." And they'd be like, no, it's way too expensive. I'm like, it's £200 for me to get the train to London,
Yeah,
or you could pay
trains are crazy.
25 quid each way for me to fly there. You know?
Yeah.
Ryanair
Mad.
special.
Yeah, people who live in
Ryanair
London. are
special, exactly. Sometimes EasyJet if you're really pushing it out there.
Oh, mate. So, do you from Scotland though? Do you have like easy? They do the propeller planes. Oh my god.
They used
You
to
mean
to
the flyby
Birmingham, and
planes?
my
I did-
parents are in the West Midlands, and the only time I've got on a propeller plane, I was like,
Hey,
Jesus,
oh,
it was
I'm
the
so lost
worst.
now. What do you
no
mean?
one...
Like you fly it yourself? What do you mean by propeller plane? Like the original
No,
plane?
no, it's
the
like
right
it's like the
plane?
little.
Yeah,
instead,
with the
instead
little
of the jet
propellers, it's not
engines,
got-
they're like.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
terrifying. But the thing that's even worse
Horrible.
is that like
They chuck you in
one
a
starts
Spitfire.
before the other.
Send you-
Yeah.
So like you'll start moving and only one propeller will be going, and then you'll be like, "What is happening?" And then suddenly the other one just kicks
This
off,
is why
and
I'm
you're
not
just like,
moving
"Oh
to
my god, I'm
Scotland,
gonna
dude.
die!"
They've only just invented planes. This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I was with my eldest daughter on one of the propeller planes, and I was trying not to let on to her that I was shitting myself because I'm like, she's flown plenty, but if she sees me, it was just me and her, and I was like, if she sees me panicking, she's gonna be like, "Daddy, what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's fine." Like you get my handprints into the armrest as well because it's
Sweaty
turbulence
butt.
as well, and those little planes are like,
Yeah, no, dude.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
throw up as well.
British Airways. I spend the extra
Yeah.
on British Airways now. No shot am I going on one of those again.
Do you know what we did all the time? Because it's Belfast City Airport. It's so handy. So like the flyby
Yeah.
ones that are like awful and they make really loud noises. I'll just be like, well, it's cheap. I'm just gonna go on it. It's only 30 minutes. It's fine. We're not gonna die. And if we do, it's probably gonna crash into the sea. So it'll probably be all right. That's my mentality on it. Anyway, at least I hope that's most of it. Hope it's not gonna crash and land. But it's only to London, so it's like it's half an hour.
It's not that far.
No,
yeah,
it's
just-
nothing.
yeah.
It's not. It takes longer for them to literally get into the air queuing than it does to actually fly there, which is insane. And it is like 20-30 quid depending on who you go with and stuff. So I'm like, well, just it's fine. Like the minor companies, I agree with Meganyy. The minor companies that are scared shitless of hiring Irish, Northern Irish, or Scottish streamers is nuts. They are like, oh, it's gonna be so expensive. I'm like, here's a screenshot of how much it would cost me to come
do
over.
you remember?
30 quid.
Like I've straight up had someone say to me, "Hey, just to let you know, we wanted to invite you to this event, but we've been told we need to invite people in England." And like people were invited from like up north in England, and I was like, it probably cost you more to get them down there
Land's
than it would
End.
have to get me down. Like what?
Every bloody time. I actually had to tell a company off because they were like, sorry, we're only looking people in London. And I was like, yeah, all right. How
You
much
do
is
get
it
that lot.
going to be for that? And I was like, it's a waste of your bloody time to get one of those guys. It costs them more to get there from one side of London to the other than it does for me for a flight. And I'm not going to say who it was, but they were like, you're right. Like, I know I'm right. Like, you just looked up the flights, right? And they're like, yeah. Like, okay, well, are you going to take us over? Like, yeah, we're going to take you over. And that was
Brainy.
actually what happened. Couldn't believe it.
Do you remember the competition thing I was in? I won't name names, but do you remember the competition thing I was in recently?
Amen, go on.
Oh,
And I
Name
reckon-
one.
Yeah,
I'll
No,
say-
no,
I'll
no, no,
say
no,
one.
no. I reckon I didn't get through to the next phase because they would have had to fly me there. Like literally, like they realized that I was from further away, or whatever. So I think you do, as Meganyy said, I think you lose out on some opportunities potentially.
You guys are
But,
really
like-
selling it for me moving to Belfast or Scotland.
No, but
by the
then,
way.
but
This
then,
is why you should move to London.
but it's no, because it automatically
Move
filters
home.
out shit. It filters out shitty companies.
You
Like,
will save a lot more, Brad.
When I worked for Player One events, and they were like, "We want to do Insomnia in Dubai," it was like car picking me up from the house to the airport, right? Business class the whole way. Like, do you know what I mean? Good companies will look after you. Like
That's
companies
the best.
that are
When they send a car of any kind,
yeah to the
take
house,
you- and you're like, wait, this is driving me from my house in England to Dubai. They're like, yeah. And you get in that thing. It's like a fucking limo.
everything sorted.
It's the
Like
best.
a company that's going to skimp you because you need to get a £50 flight is probably not a company you want to be associated with in the long run anyway.
No, yeah, I agree. I want to say it in the nicest possible way. If I see a company that only has people from London, I avoid them because, and that's the nicest possible way is to say that, you know, I get there's a lot of Londoners. I get that, but when you don't have any Scottish, Welsh, anybody from the north of England, or Northern Ireland or Ireland, I'm like, why? There's a load of us. I can literally look up and find, but it's a red flag massively. It's like, okay, so you're only hiring your mates, is basically it. So I definitely agree with that. However, even if you do move over and you might miss a sponsor or two for whatever reason, the cost of living over here is a lot less. It's 130k for a detached 4-bed house with a garden.
I'll buy that right now.
I gotta make
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
calls.
Yeah.
That's the difference, and I mean that there's no traffic. So when you're trying to get to the airport, it's half an hour to 45 minutes, and there's nobody
We live
in
on
the
the
airport.
beach.
We live
We
on
live
the
on
beach.
the beach.
Yeah, the
I
beach
also live
is
on the
literally
beach.
around the corner,
I live
and it's like easy.
close to a beach.
Meganyy, you're not
Because we
selling
live on an
Scotland
island.
here.
Anyone can say that.
I live close to a beach. No one wants to sponsor you. It's sometimes cold. Like, yeah.
We have
Ireland is
wait.
winning it so far.
we have fiber optic to all the little fishing villages. Full
What
fiber.
about
Oh, yeah, we have
the
1
one
gig
person
internet.
that we
It's great.
haven't heard from is Knightenator, who is in a CIA bunker apparently. What are the benefits of being squirreled away in witness protection?
Well, a bit of anonymity, which is lovely. I will say though, sometimes, so I do have to be very, very, very careful about what I show in terms of like even in the reflections of my eyes.
Oh yeah,
Mate,
like,
that's
when you see buildings
crazy.
and things.
yeah.
Because I've had people go, I can see the corner of your road from the reflection in your eyes, and I'm
You
like,
seen that guy that
What?
does the geo guesser, and he's like a fucking droid from Star Wars, and he figures it out. Have you ever seen him?
oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
shit
Sorry,
freaked
that's
me out
actually-
so bad when I was like, oh, he would see out of the corner of someone's fucking cam and know where you live, and like he might be an okay dude, but what if like Psycho fucking Sideshow Bob fucking, you know, that
Oh, yeah,
guy,
yeah.
you know, the guy.
Yeah. But I've had people before who go, I'll be streaming, and this happened a couple of years ago. I was in a different place. Again, didn't tell anyone anything. Was very, very, very highly secretive about it. And I had someone come into my stream and they said, oh, I really like the blue and pink backpack that you wore to the gym earlier. And I was
Oh
like,
hell, oh no! It wasn't even a guess, you know. They could have just been like, "Oh, I like the pink backpack." You'd be like, "It was like
Yeah.
blue and
Jesus
pink."
Christ.
dude.
And
That
you
was
you
like-
had worn one.
yeah. I'd been to the
Oh
gym
my
that day. I
God.
wore a blue and pink
Yeah.
backpack.
I don't even like it
Yeah.
when people send me a tweet and they go, "Oh, I saw you on the train, but I was too nervous to say hi." And I'm like, even like that it doesn't freak me out in the same way. I'm just like, it makes me feel awkward that I was probably just sat there like, oh, like, you know,
Yeah.
someone was just sat there watching me the whole fucking
They're
time.
like, oh my God. Oh,
They're
that's
like,
right.
what was I
Staring at you, Brad.
doing?
They're just sitting there moving seats every time, getting closer and closer to you, and you never noticed. You're oblivious to it.
That's
wouldn't
crazy
anyway.
though. That's like,
That's fucking terrifying. That.
Yeah, it's a bit
That was one of the
insane.
subjects we needed to hit, right, Queenie?
That was exactly
On the
the
list.
subject. Thank you. That's topic number 3. Definitely not. No, it wasn't.
Streamer safety. Hey,
Streamer
all the
safety.
Perks, all the perks. Yeah.
I can
Although
see
I will
Simon.
say-
Simon's like highlighting topics. I can see on Google. He's highlighting the topics.
He's losing his mind, dude. Frustration.
Current Twitch and gaming news discussions.
And then
He's actually not. He's not highlighting that. It was me for the lulz just to see if you'd react to that. But
Oh, right, okay.
I think he's doing the dishwasher. I think because I've just heard like cutlery clash, or he's cooking and he's breaking everything. Who knows? Who knows? As long as it's not me cooking.
no, he's watching this and we haven't hit subject 1 and he's just smashing plates.
I've had enough.
Talk about
done
current
subject
fucking
1.
topics. Shh. I'm pissed off.
Well, right. There is one.
What has changed since we all started content creation? Like
That's
I would
it.
say
Everything?
the relationship with Twitch massively.
Everything.
Like I used to like when you first got partnered, you literally did have a personal partner rep and you could email back and forth.
Oh.
Like I remember if Twitch
I actually
invited you
didn't
to
have
an
one.
event,
I've never had one.
if
Well,
Twitch
you're
invited you to an event, they
younger
would cover
partner.
all the costs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it was so different.
I can't relate to any of this.
I
I've been
had
a partner
one
for like
as well.
6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
got my verified. I think it was like 2016.
You-
Like,
You probably wouldn't have had one, Brad, because of that time. But Knight should have had one.
Yeah.
I had one, but they were American and they were obviously on the West Coast, and I was
got
like, well,
one-
this is
I had an
useless.
English
for a
one.
month, like
Yeah.
a year ago. But they were like, "Oh, not everyone has a personal one. They just there's like a regional thing now or something
Yeah.
like that."
There
And
is.
I
Oh,
was
I
did
don't know
email
anything
them
about
once.
that.
I did email them once and I was like, hi, I was told I was supposed to have one. And they were like, yeah, here they are. And I was like, I've been streaming for 4 years. Why is no one, what? How am I supposed to know this? And then, so I did manage to get a bit of a conversation going with them. But since like I've tried to email them and I've had absolutely nothing back. So I guess technically I do, but like I did not know at the time. And I also
I think they've quit.
definitely didn't get invited to events and didn't get paid for and stuff. So
They've quit. I think I know who you're talking about, Knight.
Made
They
them
have
quit.
gone.
I
we're
made
sick
them
of you
quit.
emailing them.
Yep. I've had enough.
I mean,
They,
I asked
they're
I
nice.
asked what they could do. I was like, what you know, I was like, I don't actually know what having a part. I've been doing this by myself for so long. I don't know what the fuck you offer. And they were like, well, what you want to do is you want your alerts to be really interesting. And I was like, yeah, I know. And they were like, and you might want to do like a subathon and incentivize people. And I was like, yeah, I know about that. And they were like, and if you run ads, and I was like, cool, I don't need you fucking.
No, do you not
Leave me
remember
alone.
See you later.
when we were in that webinar for the thing we did last year and they were like, so you should talk to your viewers, remind them to follow. And this was like for
Yes.
a big launch, and it was just like, what?
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
have something I
What?
so want to say, and I feel like I shouldn't because I'm getting in so much trouble. And I
Do
really
it.
I mean,
don't
it
Do
would,
it,
it would
pussy.
potentially be useful for new streamers. It's just that you know,
Yeah.
you're coming to someone who's been doing it for a
Come
long
on,
time.
Night.
And I was
Come
like,
on, Night.
I feel like I'm going to get in so much trouble. Right. So hypothetically, this happened.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
Your friend.
a friend was telling me about things that I could do to interact with conversation on my stream. Just a friend, and they suggested bring up something interesting, like why you started streaming. For example, you could say, I started streaming because I used to play games with my parents, but my dad's dead now. What about you? And I was listening to my friend talk about this, and my dad has died. So I thought, oh, that would be an interesting topic of conversation.
you should have brought it up right then. Yeah, my dad
I
died
didn't-
today.
Didn't know what to say. Didn't know what to
Could have said
say. But I
same.
That'd have been me,
was
man.
quite surprised that was a suggested topic by my
Yeah,
friend.
such a so specific, you know.
Yeah, I was
Like bring up this really
Crikey.
specific, possibly triggering subject.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're very cynical. I think because we've been around for so long. I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
for
like
sure.
Yeah.
that it's very much the new partners. Some of them that have came in. Okay, some of them probably do need it. I've been in some very weird streams, and I've rated
for
some
sure.
really weird streams in the last year, and I've been like, you know that that's a
But you would
raid,
expect
and
Twitch staff
yeah.
to reach out.
Yeah,
when
but
they
like, do
get
you ever
new
feel?
partners.
Do you ever feel like you're at the end of the treadmill?
Yeah.
And Twitch
Yeah.
is just Twitch is just loading up the other side with all the new kids. they're dabbing and they're making TikToks or whatever, and like
Bro, there's a generation beyond
I'm just
that.
here with
That's
my
as far
Zimmer
as your
frame.
eyes can
I'm
see,
here with my
you know?
Zimmer frame about to fall
Yeah.
off the other end.
Yeah. But I
It's
definitely think
hard.
we're a bit different, especially
But then there
the
are
UK
people. The thing is, like, you probably would find. I don't think Twitch does the demographics for like age, right? But
No, sadly not.
I wouldn't be surprised if all the people watching me were like exactly my age and the
Yeah.
same.
What age
level
are
of
you, Brad?
Yeah.
curmudgeonly. I'm 36, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're all 36, just like
I was hoping
all
I
of them
wasn't the
are.
oldest.
At this point, you will be. Yeah, you might be.
You're the oldest, Lewpac.
Oh, every time.
But like, the people in my channel are probably the same as me, and they're not going anywhere. And also, they've got like disposable income, so fuck all the new kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my channel. Yeah, the short he said my channel is entirely gamer dads. It's like the gamer dad social.
You
club. It's
are
like the
very gamer dads.
It's like the British Legion, like they from back in the day, but like the gaming version.
Yeah. But I mean, it's probably because you don't. I mean, people coming. It's like I said earlier on. They're going to come in. They're not going to have anything in common with you. You know, a 16-year-old doesn't know what the fuck we've been talking about for the last 2 hours. Sorry, Queen.
I
No,
have
like,
a
we
he's
talk like
16
stocks.
right now.
We talk stocks and more.
Yeah, dude. Even if I came, I'm 36.
economy.
If I came in and you were talking about stocks, I'd be like, oh, maybe.
Yeah, but like, what?
No, definitely not talking about stocks. Jeez, that's so boring. No thanks, Lewpac. No, if I come to your stream and you start talking about stocks and about
Hey, I
see you
did
later.
the other day. I talk about.
But there is people who do want that, and like I think when you're a bit of an older streamer, you have to do the sort of if you build it, they will come situation. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
I think-
eventually they'll
think-
find you, and just do that. Keep going, keep streaming, keep getting some hours logged, and people will
like-
find you and stop. Otherwise, you need to be the fucking guy that's at the thing with the 10,000 viewers and the fucking poo and
You know
Yeah.
what it's like though,
down.
Brad. Like when we were kids, like gaming wasn't mainstream, right? You weren't openly a gamer. Like,
No.
and then when I started, I went to like Insomnia at 8 or something, right? And like I could barely tell my closest friends I was going to a LAN, let alone
you
like
can't tell
girls
anyone. You
or
can't tell your
anyone
family.
else.
They're like,
I
oh,
was,
you're
yeah.
a drug addict.
Like my
Exactly.
parents were like, what do you mean you're taking a PC? They were convinced I was gonna go and get like robbed by people who was like conned
Yes.
me. It's like no, mum, that's next week. I'm meeting the Prince of Nigeria. He said it, like,
Yeah, he said so in this
got
thing
some
called an
business.
email,
Yeah.
which is very scary.
But like, yeah, and then so then, like Knight said, when she discovered Twitch, and it was suddenly like you're accepted by this group of people, like it's and I'm like, and my daughter's into gaming, and all the kids at her school,
Yeah,
they're all
everyone.
playing
Everyone's got a
Roblox
fucking
and
iPad,
Minecraft.
Yeah, dude.
And
Every kid is
I'm
born
just
with
like,
a
man,
phone now.
I was born in the wrong generation. Like I was an outcast for gaming, and that's why like when I started on Twitch and I found people like my age that were also game, like it brought all the gamers together. That's why I used to love the Insomnia lands, because it was all these people that were like, man, I can just play video games for 4 days straight, drink and party and just have fun.
Yeah, it was
No
like a
one's gonna
secret
judge
activity.
me. No one's gonna judge me. We don't have to pretend that we're not massive nerds, because we are massive nerds and we love it.
Have you ever
great.
told family when's the first time you told your family, right, that streaming was your full-time job or content creation full-time job? Because I remember my mom was fine with it. She just didn't understand like what exactly. And I said, right, it's like Gogglebox. You watch that shit, right? I know you do. It's like Gogglebox but for gamers. And she's like, oh, I see. Anyway, she told my uncle married in, and my uncle told everybody else anyway. And this guy is a bit of a know-it-all, but he's like, get her out of that. That's not a real job. Do you know what we'll do?
Rose got a
I can
traditional like Irish family as
I
well.
have
Like,
a
this
very
is the thing, isn't it?
Irish family, and he was just he's like a lawyer basically, but he's a civil servant lawyer, whatever, hired by the government. Anyway, he's one of these people, and he's like, get her out of that job. It's a dead end one. It's not going to go anywhere. And what you need to do is I will get her a job with the government. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll get her a civil servant job. It's all good. I will make sure that happens. No problem. And my mom says, no, she's doing really well. She's looking at a mortgage. Like, she's not going to get one. And this year, obviously, like 2 years ago, we got our mortgage. We got our house by ourselves. Like, you know,
But it was still a
semi-detached, really
struggle,
good.
though, wasn't it?
It was a struggle
Like,
because
of
COVID.
COVID screwed you.
And we still freaking got it despite COVID. And he hasn't visited yet, but I can't wait to come and meet him at a family meetup. And
He's
be
still
like,
not going to believe you. My mum doesn't. My mum still doesn't understand. She will come to my house, then I'll pay for
Really?
everything, and I've been paying my bills forever. I've never not made rent and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's all good.
Yeah.
I've never really.
You
I've never been,
support
like,
yourself. You're not asking them.
Yeah, it's no different than if I worked in some other job. And a lot of months, sometimes it's better. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I've worked a bunch of different jobs. And she will come around and she still talks as if I don't have a job. And I'm like,
mate,
look
my
around
dad,
you. Like, what do you think's paying for this shit?
my dad is still disappointed in me. My dad is still disappointed in me.
Seriously?
He would rather I was a laborer on a building site on my life, like, because he doesn't understand it. It can't be real.
It doesn't compute to them, right? They're old school. We have that foot in both worlds, like you were saying. We were born in their world, but we've evolved into this one.
We have like a mixture.
Just still like fucking. That's not a job. How can that possibly be a job? It's insane.
Yeah, and it's like, but like, what annoys me about it is, I worked since I left school, right? I had a landscaping business. We moved to Northern Ireland because of the property prices. I was streaming for fun. Like I gave everything I made before I moved to charity. I didn't take a penny from streaming because I had a proper job. So I just gave everything to charity. And when I moved, I was like, man, streaming's been really fun. I'm selling my business. I'm gonna try it. What's going on with the lights now?
What's happening, Knightenator?
My chat are doing alerts to try and distract me.
Nice. Keep it going. Can we get some music on? But yeah, like so I moved and I was like, hey, I'm gonna try this for a year. Right, like live off the savings, live off like my share of the business.
I did. I was like, let me try it for a year.
And I see what happens, and I'm still here. And like my dad's flown over. He's in my house in Northern Ireland, and like and he's still like, oh, what? I still don't really understand what you do. And do you know what? It's not even what I do or what I make. It's the fact that he doesn't know how to explain it to his friends at the golf club. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like. My mum's like, hey, you know them videos with the little dude in the corner? He's the little dude in the corner. That's how my mum explains it. They're divorced.
That's not
like,
work to someone who doesn't understand it. That's just some magical thing that appears on the telly. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian when I was a kid. That was like the one thing I wanted to do. And people in my fucking town and my family and everything, they all just went, that's impossible. They were like, the people on the TV are just magical people. You can't get there from here.
You can't be the magical person.
Go and and everyone just fucking shut my spirit down until I went, oh, I just better go and get a normal job then.
You can be wherever you want, Brad.
Yeah, that's what I needed. I needed one little fucking not one person, like they just went, you can't do that. It's impossible. It can't be done.
I was even reluctant to like talk to my wife about it, right? Because I'd been the breadwinner of the house, whatever. We're moving back, and I was like, I want to try this, and she was like, go for it. If you think it can work, then go for it. And she knows that like if it hadn't gone well, I'd pull the plug and I'd gone back to whatever I needed to do to support the family. And I think having the support of your immediate family makes a huge difference. Like I think if you're battling against people to try and stream in your real life, I think it reflects in the content as well. Like I think you need that support network. And it just like it really annoys me about my dad. If I'm being completely honest, like it really annoys me how dismissive he is. Because it's like I'm sat here like I've got a house and rental properties. I'm hoping to retire by 50. Like
you got food in the fridge or what?
Like everything's paid, life is good, and he's still like, oh, it's not a proper job. It's like Jesus, like what do I need to do?
You have to be miserable. Miserable in a proper job.
But is it because I don't hate it? Is it because I'm not? Yeah,
it is.
Is it because I don't hate what I'm doing?
It's the boomer thing, isn't it?
For a lot of people, like no one knows what it's. A lot of people who are our age and younger understand it and understand that because it's quite a graft as well. It's a weird type of graft.
People don't. There's like people don't understand.
Mental energy it takes is fucking crazy. I've worked.
It's not go live. It's not press go live, receive money, right?
Yeah.
Like because otherwise,
it's definitely a fucking great job. It's still one of the easiest jobs I've ever done.
Tilt your camera up, right? Look at the background of Rose's stream right now. Like that is a lot of work, right? That is some of the most ridiculous. Like look at that, right? That doesn't just happen when you press go live, does it? Like you can see here, like Megany's got the like nice blurred background with the perfectly focused camera. The lighting's good. Knight's got the night. You can tell
Gotta be
everyone's
on as well, right? You gotta have that like on energy in your brain.
My light is
I know,
terrible.
dude.
Like
I've got
you look
nothing
like
going
an
on, but
albino seal. I don't
yeah,
know
I
what's
just-
going on. Like lads, we don't have to care. We just go live and talk shit, mate. Like you know.
Whatever I
But
want.
it's like, it's literally, it's the whole like, oh, so you play video games for your job? And I'm like, part of it, I
Yeah.
sometimes
That's
play
like the
video games.
smallest part. I
Yeah, that's
find.
like the easiest, like smallest teeny tiny bit is
You know the
playing
answer
games.
to that is, you know the answer. So can you, and then watch them go and try and do it and not be an interesting enough person. And I
Yeah.
hate to say that because I become that fuck. Do you remember that guy that had 30 views that did that at that TwitchCon when he was?
Oh my god!
I'm
He
about to
wasn't even,
watch me transform into him right now. Like, just
He wasn't
shit.
even
It was me all
a
along.
partner. He was. Do you remember? He literally only would
Yeah,
just
dude, that
hit
was
affiliate
so
not too long
fucking
ago.
funny. But like, in a way, the same kind of energy is about to come out of me right now, probably. But some people, it requires a certain type of like on energy. You have to have like a certain energy that is. It doesn't. I'm not exhausted at the end of a stream like physically at all, but mentally I'm like,
Mate,
yeah.
Do you ever feel like a
burning-
zombie at the end of a
When
stream?
you end stream and you just kind of sit there for a minute and you're
It's
just
really
like,
hard work, and sometimes you don't have that at the start of the stream, and you're like, "Fuck, I need to fucking."
Wait
You're like,
till you
"Fuck."
have
Yeah.
kids. Wait till you have kids, and the
I'm
second you
having
press
kids,
stop
don't
stream,
worry
it's
about
like, Daddy, I want some Cocoa Pops.
Fuck.
Like,
Well,
they
Cocoa
don't
Pops
give-
are
they
mine,
don't-
dude.
they don't
I'm
give a
having-
crap that you're still a zombie. But listen, Brad, like, do you ever sit there and think, man, I could just press go live and I don't have to do my makeup. Like, I don't know, like, I don't have to do it. I just press go live and I turn up. I do
I'm pretty
my
good at
hair.
doing my
I do
makeup,
my
like-
hair. I put
Lucky
some
for
like
some.
wax in my hair
Dude,
during it.
I don't
Like
even.
some people, like,
I don't even look.
Right.
At, sometimes I start the fucking stream, my intro thing is up, and then I switch to the screen that is my face, and I realize that's the first time I've seen my reflection.
yeah, like, no,
I'm
like,
like,
no,
oh
no.
god, I don't know. This is the first time I've seen. What if I was bleeding? You know, like I fucking don't know what the fuck I look like at all.
I walked
It's
past
insane.
you in a shop, Lewpac, right? And you didn't even recognize me that day. I had no makeup. Bear in mind, I just woke up and we were like, just so go
It was
down the
only
shop.
'cause Simon's
You
like
walked
9
past
foot
me. And I was like, all right, Lewpac. And you still were walking. You had your daughters, of course, and you were still walking past. And I was like, he doesn't fucking realize who I am. And Simon walked in and says, oh, hi, Lewis, how you doing? And I was like,
It's only because Simon's like, no, yeah, but it's like there's so many 4-foot Irish women. How am I gonna
I've
like
got purple
differentiate
hair.
between
There's none of us
Man,
over
they've
here
all
have
got
purple hair.
It's
What are you
2022.
talking
Like,
about?
like,
I've never seen a single
like,
soul with purple hair over
Right.
here. They all have blue or red. So actually, no,
Everyone,
it's
knows,
just
everyone
red.
knows it's a
red.
wig, bro. Everyone knows it's a wig. Come on. That's what she gets in chat.
That's
This
it.
is what
I'm
they have to
banning it,
deal
guys.
with. This
Removed
is
from stream.
Oh wow.
Bye.
dude, yeah.
actually. I'm like, nice. No, but like no guy streamer has ever gone live and had a chat and go, "Hey, your eyelashes look weird today." Do you know what I mean? Like, you
Oh,
no,
all-
it's the you when you're not wearing makeup. Oh, are you unwell? Are you okay?
dude.
Today.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
tired?
You
look
literally
really
had
tired.
to-
You should rest.
And here's
And
the
I'm
thing:
like,
you don't have to do that in a normal job either. Like you go to a normal job, you see 4 or 5 people that you see every fucking day for 10 years. Whereas this job, you have to subject yourself to fucking everyone saying whatever the fuck they want straight to.
yeah.
It is. I feel like if you just walked up to almost anyone that came into the chat in the street and said anything that they said to them, the person in the street would crumple. People, you have to learn how to fucking deal with someone just coming in and just. They will just find the thing that you don't want them to say, and they'll fucking say it in block caps, and you go, "Cool, well that's my energy, fucking done." Yep. See
Well,
ya."
you get a cup of tea, mate.
Alex,
Right,
where's
come
our
on.
teas? Come on, Alex.
Alex,
bring us
I'll
all
take
tea.
one.
he's gone.
He's away.
He's taking the dog too.
Fucking train, dude.
Oh,
You
he's
two have
picking the
got
dog
those
up.
names
Oh,
trained
goodbye.
Free.
well.
Wait,
dude.
your partner's name is Alex, right?
He is Alex.
I was
Yeah,
about to say,
yeah.
I remember it, you know.
Oh
Just
god.
kiss him.
Simon's doing the
Dude.
dishes. He's making you tea. Knightenator's
Oh,
got a
they're
CIA
doing-
agent at the door.
I do.
My,
Bodyguard.
my viewers are doing copy pastas now. I apologize in advance.
They can do whatever they want. It's all. Oh, actually,
hit
no,
a
they can't.
subject
Hold
yet?
on.
Have we
What
done any of the
subject?
subjects?
Well, we haven't done the subject of you trying to say when we're gonna break up. me and Blue, and what we're gonna do with the name. If you remember that.
Dude, it's the first thing I thought. You were like, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Blue and Queenie." And I was like, "Oh, there's two people that run the channel. What happens when you break up?" It's all I thought about. What do you do?
Has that ever happened? Has any like famous couple streamers broke up?
I know of they're not a couple streamer, but they were a duo streamer. They used to play Destiny.
Meganyy.
It was, and this is my tale, and I'm gonna tell you it, and you better cry. No, but it was two friends, and they used to play Destiny together, and yeah, the whole thing was that they were like a duo stream, and it was messy.
And what is it now? Like, did one of them get the fucking?
Who kept the channel? Was it partnered?
Someone kept the Twitch channel, someone kept the YouTube channel, and they renamed it, and they both are now like content creators on their own. It was wild. It was.
Yeah, dude, that's.
Yeah, it was,
crazy.
and so goodness knows what it'd be like if it was a. Oh, goodness knows. God knows what it'd be like if it. Goodness knows. If it was a relationship.
I can safely say Simon ain't going anywhere. He's apparently my viewers
I
think
would
he
have
lives in
said
the
that
basement.
about a year ago as well.
I mean, to be fair, you were with your missus 2 years.
It's like misery. It's like misery around their house there, like with the breaking the feet.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Breaking what?
Keeps
breaking his
him in the
feet?
dungeon. Keeps him in the dungeon.
I mean, he's literally doing the dishes right now when he should be on this podcast, which is incredible that you've managed to train him. I was in a lovely, healthy relationship right the way up till the end. Healthy breakup. It was great.
You said that with like completely calmness. Yeah, I believe you.
Oh, it was. That's the thing is that if you two break up and he can't break up with you, which is the
Right,
they're not like, but you can tell when like, because I hang out with them a reasonable amount, and you can tell couples that are natural around each other. Like, nah, they're great.
We'll see, dude. My money's on the breakup, and I want
Listen,
I want like a Deadpool. I want like a Deadpool thing, and I want to make like we get all of the creators that are couples, and we put money in when they're gonna break up and shit.
Bro, like the top streamer breakup dramas are awful, man. Like
I've always been terrified for many reasons, but always terrified to introduce any partners to my stream because I realized how attached they'd get, and then if you broke up, it would be absolutely.
Welcome to my fucking whole stream this year.
Oh,
exactly.
I've always she on the stream
until recently.
She's a streamer. But
she's a what?
She's a part-time streamer. Stripper. She's a part-time streamer herself. But no, it's just weird because you have to go through it. It's the same thing that we were just talking about. Fucking live. I had to just get up. This is my job. And I had to just get up and be like, well, want to kill myself live. Hi everyone. But everyone knows, everyone knows what you're going through, and everyone knows. Like, and so it was crazy. I was just pretty open about it,
Why do you think though, like mental health is so shit with streamers? Because like no matter what day you're having in real life,
I know.
But like, we've not got that much longer.
No, but it's like that. Like no matter what sort of day you're actually having. Like, no one wants to see you go live and be like, yeah, I'm having a shitty, miserable day, guys. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, well, you got to be like, hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, what's going on, dudes? And you're like, inside, I want to hang myself from a tree. But,
if you do want that person who's just saying, I want to hang myself from a tree every day, hi.
Yeah,
that's my whole. It's been especially this year.
You've got to put on streamer face and be streamer.
I mean, I kind of I don't know what the fuck is going on my stream, but yeah, you do. You have to have sort of energy. It can be really hard to have like. It's another thing. That's the other thing about streaming. You could go to a fucking office job and sit in your fucking cubicle and just
phone it in.
Be so fucking like everything's going wrong at home. Whatever the fuck, you've had an argument or you've broken up or your fucking dog's dead. That happened to me this week. And the other one.
Oh, mate, sorry.
It's been great. I've loved this year so far. It's been awesome.
I don't know how I don't know Brad already because he seems like my sort of person. Honestly, I feel like me and Brad would get on great in an event. Honestly.
But you could sit there and just having the worst day ever and just be fucking doing your thing. But like again, it's another thing with being a streamer is that you just kind of have to get out. It doesn't matter whether you're streaming what it is necessarily. You still got to kind of do your thing on the thing with the camera, and the people are looking at you, and you feel like shit, and the fucking song plays, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna go to a break here, guys. I'm gonna
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
but like,
if I-
and even if you do take a break though, you feel so like the guilt. You feel unproductive. Like if you take a fucking mental health day and you're like, oh man, I should be streaming, and everyone's thinking,
Yeah,
where
you don't
am
want to lose
I?
the
And thinking,
momentum. It's
they think
Yeah.
I've quit streaming. They're all gonna watch someone else who's way better than me or whatever. Like I was literally chatting to Ro today, saying like, I just need a break, man. We just need to like book a freaking like nice house somewhere in the country, like go out, like her and Simon and me and my wife, and just chill for a weekend. Sometimes you just need to completely reset. But it's
hard to
like,
do, and you get scared of
Twitch
doing
is
it,
so
right?
the culture of Twitch is so obsessed with like the grind. Do you know what I mean? The grind, the momentum,
the long
the numbers. You've got
subathons,
to do the subathon. You got to be live for a month. You got to, do you know what I mean? Like shave your head for subs and wax
It's
your
so
eyebrows.
saturated. Like there's so much. The marketplace is so saturated with people who are incredibly talented, and those people who aren't necessarily as talented are willing to go to the extremes. So you are competing.
But that
always.
gets the attention. The extremes get the attention as
Yeah,
well.
those
That's
people
crazy.
will win out, by the way. The people that have like the desperation and the I will claw my way to the top no
Yeah,
matter
whatever
what mentality
happens.
will fuck you up in
Of course.
numbers and analytics and all that shit.
But
you'll
it's-
Bro,
never-
it's
me
no other job
and
has
Ro
that.
could talk about desperation for many hours, but let's.
Yeah, me too.
But
I
I'm
am
not,
single.
this isn't
Oh,
me
as of
judging it.
recent,
It's
yeah.
purely just a case of like, it's no, like on the mental health thing, like no one else has to compete with that day in, day out. And apart from anything, even if you're ignoring your numbers, the brands aren't. Like, you don't get the
Yeah.
sponsorships unless your viewers are higher than this and that. And people will, literally, brands will say that to your face. They'll be like, sorry,
Yeah.
we were going to sponsor you, but your numbers aren't enough. Or actually, you're not worth the amount that you've quoted. We're willing to give you a fourth of that, like a quarter
Oh
of that.
yeah, that
And so
that is
it's
really
the
annoying.
Gets to you, you know, because you're like, that's it's you get valued purely by your numbers, and that's
Push
a
them,
brutal
push back. You need to
society.
push. Like if you ever get that, just push them back and say, "No, well, that's what I'm worth. That's what I think." And if you're saying otherwise, unfortunately, you're not the company for me. And I like Simon says that to him in emails. Some of the emails I go back every so often and check some of the emails Simon sends, and I'm just like, holy fuck, did he say that? Did he write that? And then they come back saying, "You're right. Here's the newest offer," and I'm like, Jesus, like you push them back. Like you need.
You've got
Yeah.
to be honest.
But
There's no
yeah.
point not being honest. Like I've started being like, people are like, hey Lewpac, we love the content you're creating over on the content channel. Like we would love you to sponsor fluffyponies.com or whatever. And I'm like, listen, you need to understand some shit here. You need to know what you're getting into bed with right now, because I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not something I'm not.
I don't even tell them that anymore. I'm like,
I might not be.
Email me.
I'm like, I might not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't. But they don't.
I know
Half
they
these
don't.
people,
And then they fucking
just-
send me a thing, and I
Yeah.
do some heinous shit with their fucking brand logo on the fucking stream, and then I get a fucking another message, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Watch 5 minutes of my stream. I will
Yeah.
fucking say something that is bannable within
Yeah,
every
yeah.
5
Oh,
minutes
man.
of my stream being live. I don't even know how the fuck I'm still here. It's crazy. And they don't do it. These brands, they just see your numbers. That's all they care about. It's
Yeah,
like, okay, well,
exactly.
either you only want the numbers, and I said your fucking thing, and I've got your fucking thing on the screen, so I did it.
And that's why
We'll get to know me and
everything
have a
becomes
relationship.
numbers focused though, because
100%. Like I'm
Pick
quality over quantity, but when you've got so many and you just skim the numbers as a brand, you don't see that. So as it's one of the main reasons why my mental health's in the bin, because of stupid numbers, and mainly from brands. Like it's not even me analyzing myself, but it forces you to, because then you're like, oh shit, like my viewers aren't high enough. I need to do something, and it's horrible, you know. For me,
Like a
that's
brand
why-
manager, anybody?
To
Because
me-
I just have one of those now, and because I
You have a
can't
brand
fucking
manager?
stand it. Yeah, just someone who fucking does
Pumpkin.
all of that shit.
Is it
A what?
Pumpkin? Is it Pumpkin? I think.
No,
I've seen
no,
her.
she's just another streamer. I'm with Code Red Esports, which is just
Oh,
I'm
yes,
not
Oh
I've
in
seen
it.
your
yeah, I know
email.
them.
But
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so they just fucking take a little bit of it, and I'm like, they were like, we take whatever percent. It changes based on stuff. I was like, I take 95% if I never have to read another fucking email from these fucking companies and deal with all that shit. Like, and I hate that side of it. I'm pretty bad at it anyway. Like, I know it and I understand it, and I've been in this industry long enough at all sorts of fucking levels. I hate doing it. I hate replying to
Honestly,
the emails. I
yeah.
hate setting the stuff up. I hate going
This
back
is-
and forth with them and fucking figuring out all my
Yeah.
fucking.
This is like a
clicks and
huge
shit.
part of why I was wanting to pivot the direction that I was in. So
Pivot.
the way that I was looking at so much, like I've been looking at community manager roles, I've been looking at a lot of influencer management roles and stuff like that, because I'm like, I look at things and I'm like, okay, well, I've been the other side of that. And if at any point I can make it potentially easier for somebody else, then that's
That is
all I want to do.
want. That's all I want from the person doing that. I said that as well. The two brands that I've brand managed people that I've worked with, I said the same thing to him. I was like, look, that shit, can you do it? And I'll just be the fucking idiot that dances around on the fucking camera.
And there's
I'll be
so
the performing monkey.
Like, this is going to come across as disrespect, but some of the companies, like, no disrespect to them, they've not hired people that really know what potentially it's going to be like for someone receiving the email, or like, you know, how things how things are going to be, or like what the reality is of being a streamer or a content creator. And it's mad. Like, some of the emails that I've received, I just sit and I just look at and I'm like, what possessed you to type that? And then
the thing is, you do that stage, and then they send you a contract, and it is fucking impossible to understand what that is unless you have a legal background of any kind. It doesn't matter even if you're 16 coming out of school and streamer, or whether you've been streaming and you're coming off of doing other professional jobs or whatever. Any of those contracts are fucking hard to read, and a lot of them are fucking tricky on purpose.
Yeah.
And like, that's the next level after you've got through the bullshit fucking email part. And now they go, okay, we'll sign this. And you go, I don't even know what the fuck any of that says. So I've signed so many of those things, just been like, I just
think it's like we're moving into we're moving into a world where there's these big brands or these companies and things like that have been working with potentially other big brands or people with really huge teams that have these things to look over. And it's coming now towards like influencers and even like micro influencers and things like that that don't have that. It's just them. And sometimes, you know, it also comes to a lot of people don't really talk as much as they should in this industry regarding rates or regarding what, you know, these contracts are saying for all these different people. So everyone just kind of goes, what? Sure, I guess. Yeah. Like,
well, the thing is, the biggest issue with that, right? And I found this recently. So I've been to a lot of Twitch, like, you know, what they teach new streamers. And some of it is very much US region based. So like how much you should charge per sponsor for one CCV up to this. And they're incorrect on some of it because they're outdated. Some of their knowledge is not for 2022. But you find like a lot of the partners that... So I know there's partners that reach out to me in DMs and ask for advice. However, they won't say they got that advice from me. That's the weird part. They will then tweet it out a couple months later and say that they did this. So I feel like
it's everyone in the industry. It's why I've never met any of you, by the way. Because I did it twice. I did it twice, bro. Come on, let me off.
No, not you. Not you, but people like don't visit the channel, but they know full well that I will like honestly help them. But I'll be like, we tweeted out a month later, and like they'll not like, they'll be like, right, okay, give me your time.
You made this.
But
I made this. That fucking meme.
Yeah,
so many fucking people in this fucking industry, dude.
It's insane. Or they'll want even like somebody asked. So if you've seen our website, Simon has took a shit ton of time to put into that. He freaking loves that website. Amazing. I can't get him off the fucking thing. He just every time I go downstairs, he's like,
hey, he never even made me one. I know. Well, begged him IRL to make me one.
I know you like, fucking did.
I'll pay you.
You like, know us though, in real life type of thing. But somebody reached like there's been 3 people who've sent us a message about it, and we're like, no, guys, we don't have time for that. We don't have freaking time. They're like, yeah, but you're not on stream. Yeah, but he's not on stream, but he's my freaking agent. Get your fucking own. Get your own. He is exactly that. If you want to open an agency someday, fine, I'll allow it. All right, it's okay, Simon. If you want to open your own agency, you can. But for now, you're my agent. Because I ain't answering those emails a bit like Brad, because I'm too blunt. But yeah, they'll want the website done and stuff, and I can believe it. I was like, no. All right, I don't see you in my channel or anything like that. I don't know you. I haven't met you in real life. No, you can't ask Simon to build your website.
Yeah, man. But people just take though. And I think
that's it, yeah.
A lot of people, I think, some people are just sociopathic in nature, and this industry rewards it. And so a lot of fucking, and that's Hollywood.
You get that, yeah,
That's
100%.
fucking everywhere, you know. But you see it a
Entertainment
lot.
and like.
Yeah,
Have you ever,
yeah,
like, if you go to events and you're chatting with someone and the person realizes there's nothing for them to gain from that conversation and they just dip.
their eyes blink inwards like that fucking lizard
they
in
dip,
Lewpac.
like immediately. They're like, right, I gotta go because I can't gain anything here. So
I
You know what
remember
I
in
do?
Twitch
That's when I
London-
mention PewDiePie to those people, and then they stay and talk to me for ages, and then at the end I go, "Oh, I can't actually text him for you or anything, by the way." And then I
I'm
go,
surprised how many times you get somebody coming in. So you still in contact with him, and you're
Oh,
like,
it's every day. It is.
dude, it's just so weird. I literally was in there for like 3 days in a row, and I seen it, and I was like, "What are you doing? That's not appropriate. Like, leave him alone."
Yeah, I remember at Twitch London. I think this was one in the summer a few years ago, and I shit you not, about 10 people in a row came up to me, and the first thing they said to me was, "How many followers do you have? Are you a Twitch partner? How many followers do you have?" I was like, "Sorry, what kind of conversation opener is this?" And they were all like, "Do you want my business? Here's my business card." I was like, "No, I'm all right, thanks."
Yeah.
And I genuinely went and like
mate.
hid in a corner, sitting on the floor for the rest of the night, because I was like, "I'm done with this."
I used to
Yeah.
call it the business card epidemic. Right?
Yeah.
It was like, and then eventually, right? I stopped bringing business cards to those things.
I've not
'Cause
taken
I
a
was-
business card since probably
'Cause I
like,
was like,
my
actually-
first Twitch card in 2016.
Like the Twitch London events and like the TwitchCon parties and stuff. And I was like, man, I just want to fucking talk to people that understand the shit that is actually real. Like, I don't want anything from these people. I don't want them to want anything from me. I just want to talk to people that understand what it's mentally like.
Just
trying
want
to be
friends,
creative for
basically,
6
at
or
this
7
point.
years.
I'm just straight up like, hello, I just want
Yeah.
some friends.
Oh,
please."
friend.
If you have like a proper
conversation.
conversation with someone that you can relate to, you will go and
Yeah.
find them afterwards. You will think of them for other opportunities. Like, you will go to their
Yeah.
stream. If you come up to me and immediately ask me how many followers I have and then shove your business card in my hand, I'm gonna be like, nope, that person I am never going to put
I start
forward. for
lying.
something.
I immediately start lying. You know, like those scam people and they keep them on the phone for as long as they can.
Yeah.
That's me at these events all the time. That's why I have no
Hey,
friends.
I remember at the last Twitch London night, you were in the queue for drinks, and I was outside, and I tried to go. I was like, Night, I wanted to talk to you about something from like one of the partner discords, whatever. I was like, oh mate, you say some funny shit on there. It was great. And then like before we could even chat, like someone had pulled you and been like, oh Night, such and such. And some other guy had come to me and was like, oh, do you handle the Albion sponsorships? Do you know what I mean? Like, can you talk to me about this? And like, you don't even get to chat at some of these things. Like, it's absolutely crazy. People just trying to like exactly what like Brad said, like these people that are willing to just sociopathically claw their way to the top, no matter
And they
how
will, man.
rude
They'll be
they
the
are.
best. They'll be the best
no
fucking
matter-
#1 streamer on the site within like 5
Yeah.
years.
Maybe, yeah, probably. Honestly,
That person will be the fucking absolute. And some people like, I don't really give a fuck if you're kind of half and half. You know, half human, half just networking for a business that you're running is all good. But it's the ones that are entirely just using that you see it quickly, and you see there's kind of a toxicity to their maneuvering through friendship groups and stuff, and you're like, what, this is fucking weird. Shit always comes out eventually, usually about them, and then you're like, oh, they were a piece of shit. Oh wow, I was screaming that at you on my stream every day, but you didn't listen. That's all. You know,
yeah.
like
The PC business that happened recently.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Oh, the
Eventually, shit comes to the
artesian
surface,
build.
and then everyone goes, "Oh, by the way, I had a conversation. Here's the Discord conversation." You know, like, all right, okay, yeah, they're fucking trash.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot to be, maybe you don't want in this industry. Like, there's a lot of issues that we definitely have. But I feel, again, as I said, like, we're definitely cynical because how long we've been around, what we've seen, the Twitter dramas, the Twitch dramas, the big streamers doing stupid things.
and then drama becomes the thing that
like I will.
makes you views as well.
Makes
That's the
them
other
content.
thing. That's what I mean. The
Yeah.
industry just fucking funnels upwards for these types
think-
of people. It's perfect. It's like a petri dish. It's
Yeah.
Like
excellent.
all of us guys, I definitely think, like as I said, because of the length of time streaming, all of us will appreciate like the realness and actually meeting people that are just human beings and want to be normal. But Brad hit the nail on the head. Like, you know, those guys that are willing to do anything and just claw, they're the ones that go to the top. And it's always been the way it has, I guess.
I'm renaming this a cynical podcast when I invite any news back.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Yeah, we
me
did-
and Luke back in 3 weeks. We're gonna have just me and him going. Yeah, you know what? That's
Yeah.
it.
Ranting
Female
old
streamers
bastards
with their
podcast.
boobs. I swear to God. Anyway, so how is it having boobs versus not having boobs? That's the next
Horrible. Boobs.
On this,
Yeah.
Get
I
in
don't
the
know. I
way.
have fun. I think it's entertainment. I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot
not
of
for
fun. And
views.
people...
I'm just curious. What,
Are
we
what
talking
those
about
boobs are
literally
like.
skinny, like,
just in
What I'm
general?
not, I don't know. Yeah.
Physically, listen. I during COVID, I put on a lot of weight, mate. So I was skirting the edge. I was skirting the edge of real cleavage. So I could tell you, I quickly wanted back to the boobless life.
Do you have a brassiere now?
No,
Not yet. He's
But
saying.
yeah,
Not
like
yet.
if
He's
you're
thinking
but
about
like
it.
if you're talking in Twitch terms, like I think like that rhetoric
he was
is
talking in Twitch
very
terms.
outdated.
I'm like, what?
I was hoping he was talking in Twitch terms,
General.
considering what I just said a second ago. It's like
Yeah.
free entertainment for the people who come in and
It's just,
say
that's
stuff.
what it says on here. Simon wrote in topic number
Boobs.
7. Just
Question
says boobs.
mark.
Yeah.
Question mark.
So, thought I'd help you
dear.
segue into that one.
Well, actually,
did
we have 3 people requested to join for questions. So I don't know what they're going to ask, but please do not
Boobs.
come in with those questions. Whoever's
Wait, what?
requested to join.
Like you're gonna add like guests
Yeah.
live? to the
Lewpac
thing?
clearly has not read anything.
Did you read
Yeah.
the group conversation?
Bro, listen, right? You know me. Like my chat is lucky I even press start streaming, right? Like this, I am not a streamer, man. I don't. This is why I struggle to find people to work with professionally because I don't attend things. I don't read things. I just exist in my own.
Do you know
land.
what? I've never related to something more in my life than what you've just said. I'm
Yeah.
like, don't do it. I just exist. I'm just
Like,
here sometimes.
So I've worked on the official Albion channel, right? For like 6 years as their like host and presenter, and loads of other presenters have come and go, and they were like, "Man, it's been so great working with you because you just turn up and do the show, and then you disappear, and we never hear from you, and you just turn up for the next show or wait like on time." Whereas everyone else is like messaging us questions and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, that's just kind of how I live my life. Like that's not really, like I just don't care enough. I think. But apparently all the other guys were causing drama and stuff. So I was like, oh, I guess there is a merit to it.
So
Oh my goodness.
There was a
Well,
question.
yeah, you're lucky if I get my audio working, says Jaden. Okay. before we get guests, can we go through everybody, right? Because yesterday was my most embarrassing stream moment of all time.
Oh god.
please don't,
Right?
please don't ask for those, please.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
begging
we're
you.
doing it. We're doing
No,
it. Listen,
please.
we're doing
Alright,
it.
go
We're
ahead.
doing
I'm
it.
here like
Right, so-
racking my brain for what yours
I
could
do-
be right now. Though I'm just like,
I do a lot of DJing on my streams. I was a DJ, as I said before, way before I was a streamer. I was a DJ. So I DJ during Albion maintenance. Yesterday, I started my DJ set. I forgot to plug one thing in, and I DJed for like 11 minutes with no music. It was just me dancing and miming. I know. For some reason, I wasn't reading chat. For some reason, I wasn't reading chat at the time. I danced like that. Don't post the clips, the boys. Don't post the clips.
Oh, here's
Alright.
one. Do you know what?
Like,
I'm gonna
there's-
put this on.
No,
There's a-
please.
there-
If it's
there's a
mine,
clip
please
of-
don't.
yeah,
there's
I
a
need
clip
to
of-
see it.
Nice.
I
Oh,
will leave
that's
if
nice.
you put it
Wait,
on. I
hold
will
on.
leave. I'm
No,
telling you
right,
right
not
now.
you.
I will
Oh,
leave.
no, don't worry.
So that's
Don't worry, I
mine.
won't put yours
That's
on.
mine.
Put it on.
I
I'll put yours on.
DJ'd with no music. I was dancing around for 11 minutes. Nazori raided me today and got his chat to spam like, when's the silent disco, Lewpac? Like 1,000 people spamming, when's the silent disco or whatever. All right, that's me. I'm done. Blue.
Where is
Tweety,
Lewpac's?
Rose, what's yours? No, we don't need the clip.
No,
I've just
I need the clip,
explained-
Lewpac.
I
No,
need the
no.
clip too. I
you
think
don't.
I won't
Yeah,
show
it's
Knight's,
important.
but I need yours.
You don't need Lewpac's silent
No,
disco
we need
clip.
yours.
Oh,
Chat,
who's
you guys
that?
are doing a disservice. This
someone-
is it.
some-
Lewpac
someone
mods.
will have it.
Disgraceful. Disgraceful. I'll find it later on.
Cletus is a mod.
Is it a sex thing?
Sure-
I'm sure he didn't have
sure
sex on
he's a
stream.
mod.
I'm sure
No.
he didn't have sex
No,
on stream. Don't worry.
I would back it. If I did, I'd be
No,
back
that's
in a week.
another one of my embarrassing ones. Honestly,
What do
I
you
cannot
mean?
believe you
It's-
let
oh,
this
sex
happen.
on stream?
What? Hello?
No, as in I asked if
Oh.
the Boston Tea Party was a sex thing, and then it became a massive.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh,
I
do you
didn't
know,
have
by the
sex
way,
on stream.
do you know,
Oh,
have you ever
thank
played,
God.
What?
have you ever played the game? Listen,
The woman who's in, witness protection, just shagging on stream, like
Yeah.
wild side of Knightenator exposed.
Oh,
Like,
dear.
listen, if you ever want to invent a sex move on the fly, you just think of a country and think of an
No,
appliance. It's
Lewpac,
fun.
no, we're not
It's
going
like,
there.
hey, have you ever done? Hey, so have you ever
getting
tried the
cancelled.
Norwegian blender?
Oh God.
No.
Yeah, go. Just name a country,
No.
name an appliance. Go.
Kyrgyzstan fire hose. Love it.
Oh, that's a good one. Brad, name a country, name an appliance.
Dude, the Somalian plug.
Megan, come on.
Wait, what were you just about to try
I
and
was
say?
going to say Meganyy. Alright, Megan, come on. Name a country, name an appliance.
My brain. No, hang on. No, come back to me. My brain's not working. Leave it around.
Name a country, name an appliance.
Japan microwave.
Japanese microwave.
Yeah.
Japanese
Japanese
microwave,
microwave.
yeah.
Just did it
I'll
like
go
a
with
fucking
that.
robot.
I'm
Megan.
a
Name a
robot.
country. Japan, microwave.
The
Processing.
French wire.
Process. Ooh,
French
the French
wire.
wire.
Yeah,
okay.
that sounds
I mean, that's
exotic,
actually-
but also boring at the same time.
No, Megany, that's actually illegal. You can't. That one's not. That's not cool. There's always one that takes it too far, isn't there? Like,
do you know what?
Knightenator's
we
I know
were
what
just
you're
chilling.
clip, quick.
This actually does exist, by the way. I did this on stream one day. My chat get me to look up things like Boston pancake and things like that.
French
Don't look it
wire.
up, by the way. But I did
Well, then
this
you
one
look
day.
it up, you have to.
Oh, of course I did, yeah. And I came up with Urban Dictionary, and I was like, oh, shit. And, I absolutely panicked anyway. But I looked it up and read it on stream, and I was like, shouldn't have done that. But
Yeah,
I
some
made
of them
up
will
something
finish
off the
stomach.
top of my head. I think it was a New York coffee. Or something like that. It was some type of coffee, I said, but it was one of the US states, and it was a thing. And I was like, oh, God. So food items, pancakes, coffees, anything like that, and a state of America will bring up something as well.
Oh.
Every
no.
time. Don't do it.
Oh, Shorty's got the link. Oh no.
We have a question for Brad, by the way, from Bonsai in chat.
Do you know
Where is it?
PewDiePie?
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
remember
that.
PewDiePie?
Yeah.
It's a question from then, but it's
100%
how was it to be
PewDiePie
compared to the female Brad, aka a lunatic?
That was all good. Me and her are friends, so
Ah.
it's funny. She's this Ukrainian girl who did a PewDiePie rap or something like that, and so she had these glasses on, and that's really it. But everyone just said that she looked like me or whatever, and for me it was fine. For her, horrific time in her life. I've no doubt to be compared to look like me. But yeah,
Did
no,
she
that was
cosplay
great.
you? She put on a beard.
We played around with it a bunch. I did a 23andMe, which came back as they literally just sent me a blank piece of paper, and I was like, oh, I'm the whitest man alive. It was fucking awful. It was fucking crazy.
I'll be
but,
like, still, mate.
Yeah, we did a thing where we found out that actually she was my dad and all that, we were just, like, joking with it and shit. And then she went and got eye surgery, the laser shit. So she doesn't need glasses anymore. So
She's got laser eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, no, that was great. She's a good friend of mine. We've been friends ever since. So I'm glad that happened. Because I made a friend out of it.
Skirting the question after we did me, Ro, most embarrassing stream moment ever.
I see it, and I'm gonna play it.
No, yours. No, yours. I don't want to. Don't play my clip. Don't play my clip. Just tell me yours. Not my clip. Don't worry about that. What's your most embarrassing moment?
Well, last week I nearly put the kitchen on fire, so everybody was like,
oh, your
betting.
HelloFresh thing.
Yeah, I did a HelloFresh sponsor, and the food went fine. I kicked the chicken upside down, but let's not fucking talk about that. But it was all fine, nothing went wrong until the very end. Simon put candles in the kitchen. Stupid idea, because I'm a hazard. And he said, can you get me some kitchen roll? I was like, yeah, no problem. So I grabbed some kitchen roll and left it over the candle, and it started melting. And everything started going up in flames nearly. So we ran, took it, chucked it out the window, brought it back in. It was fucking melted. So the kitchen nearly went on fire. But other than that, I don't think I've
I'll
done
tell you what, that's
crazy.
one good way to bring some views to a sponsored stream.
Yeah.
It is, yes. That's definitely one of my most viewed clips in the last 2 weeks, because everybody in the channel has shared it with each other, because they're all betting to see if I would burn the place down. It nearly happened. They were close.
HelloFresh, and then just a clip of your house burning down.
Oh, there's a clip. We got a clip. I'm gonna watch the clip here.
Yes. Which
We're all
this is
just
the
silently watching the clip now.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
and the biggest part is Simon just sits there and says, "Rogue fire," and just sits there.
Yeah,
And
he's
he just
incredibly
looks at
calm.
it and
And then
then
it's just slow.
He just
The
sits back
smoke
down
alarm
like
goes
it's,
off and everything.
It's fine.
Oh
It's
my god.
like he literally is like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like, Ro, there's a fire over there. Sits back down in English calmness, like, it's all right.
He even wore a shirt for the stream and everything, and he set
He
the kitchen
did.
on fire. That's
And
right.
I honestly think I nearly food poisonous as well with that chicken. I don't think it's a good idea for me to cook chicken ever again.
All in
Right,
all, a
right.
great
Who's
advert
next?
for your sponsor.
Who's next? Who's next?
Yeah, who's left?
I want to verbally know what Knights is.
All right.
Right,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
go on, tell us.
Oh,
mine.
yeah,
let's
let's
get it
hear it.
over and done
I
with.
don't know
Let's
what
pull off
mine
the
is.
plaster.
Just someone in chat can remind me.
Okay,
anyone
so a few years ago, it's Christmas time. I go to do some Christmas crafts, and I'd own this like I think it was like a stocking making kit or something for a year or so. And I go to open the glue, and I'm like, why is it not coming out?
We've got
and
the
then I
clip
was
as
like,
well.
I was like, oh, maybe I need to like, you know, cut off the top or something. And I went to check, and I literally turned it around. But because of the pressure I'd already put on it, I went to turn it around to see if there was a cap, and it just exploded in my face. And let me tell you, if you get glue on your face, hanging off your face, it looks very, very questionable.
This is why she's in witness protection. It was that
Yeah,
from
there's
that
that one clip.
Yep. So that's had
Oh,
32,000 views. So
Yeah,
that's nice.
dude,
Love
yeah.
that.
Wow.
32,000 on Twitch. It's got 32 million somewhere else.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm that embarrassed by it that I can't even watch it as a joke. Like I can't. It makes me want to recoil into myself.
How long ago was
It's
this?
horrible. This was a good couple of years ago, and I have
2 years ago. It's
That's
still
trauma.
I watched it once for charity, and I will never watch it again. It's awful.
We're gonna show up as the first person that goes to a therapist just to get over one clip on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so horrendous.
Like, how's your
It's-
relationship with your parents? You're like, great. And they're like, what's the deal? You're like, let me just show you this clip. And they're like, sit down. Lay down. We're gonna
it's
clear the rest of my day,
horrible.
Janet. We're fucking
Clear
we're in
my
here.
schedule.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely
Right,
awful.
that was
There's
a
so
brilliant
many.
clip though.
There's
That's a
so
good
many
clip.
embarrassing moments from my years on Twitch. I could name a lot of them, but that's the worst one by far.
That should be on your stream intro, and I guarantee
Brad?
you'll be
Yeah.
like 20,000 viewers in a day.
I don't know off the top of my head, like, what mine would be. I know one that I think we can probably all relate to. I was playing Skyrim at one point. I quite often, because I used to be an editor, I still kind of am an editor, but professionally. So I tried to do a lot of live editing stuff. So I often have like music going and shit. Sometimes I'll have like anime credits running on the screen and shit like that, right? And I'll just go fucking crazy. And there was a boss that I couldn't beat in Skyrim. I don't know, it was a spider or something like that. And I had all this fucking shit going. Like, music was going, I was going fucking ape shit. I was, you know, when you're in the zone, you're screaming, you're not even human anymore. You're just a fucking insane person and people are watching you do it.
Gamer.
Did the whole fucking, this boss fight was fucking like 10 minutes long. Did the whole fucking thing, looked over and I was just still full screen, you know? You're just you,
Oh, been
the
there.
camera.
Oh,
You know
no,
that
you haven't
feeling,
got the
dude?
gameplay on
Oh,
screen.
it was so
Oh,
long,
no.
dude. And I was like,
Yep.
well, I'm never,
And you're so
ever...
focused, you haven't noticed that chat are going, guys, no gameplay.
Yeah, dude.
No
Everyone
gameplay.
just putting me in
Change scene.
shit.
Change scene.
That
Oh,
feeling
mate.
is one that, like,
It's the worst.
that is one that I think we all share. I also have shown my
Yeah.
credit card. I remember when
Ooh.
I accidentally pulled my like card up, showed the front number, and then I went, oh, "Don't show it." So I turned it round, showed it back.
You have everything you need. Go shopping.
Red money.
Oh,
Sorry, you
God.
need to know how much of a fucking
Treat
idiot I am.
yourselves.
Yeah, dude. Oh, crack on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, done that. That was
Yeah.
pretty
Can
embarrassing.
you do it? Someone said, can you do that again real quick?
Yeah, hang on. That's probably...
Wait, yeah, show us.
Oh,
What, I would like to imagine
Christmas
it.
Yeah.
is coming. Christmas is
Yeah.
coming.
There's nothing on it anymore. It's been rinsed.
Oh.
Meganyy then.
I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
last
I am
time. Nothing
genuinely.
stands out.
Well,
Born
there
perfect.
is, but like, I'm just an idiot. Like, everything that I do in my
Yeah,
life
clicking
is
live,
just idiotic.
and then the
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
thing, and then
That's
end.
it. That is it. Like,
Most embarrassing.
I am just a dumbass. Like, I'm not even like, oh, I'm so silly. Like, I am
No,
just
so quirky.
stupid.
Everything's so embarrassing that it's all blurred into
Yeah,
one.
well, like, I don't like the
Goes
only thing
live,
that I
falls
can
in stream.
really
It's
think
like-
of, like straight up off the top of my head, is Xbox sent me the Sea of Thieves limited edition controller years ago when it first came out, and I literally, I go, oh my god, guys, look at this, and I hold it up to the camera. And bearing in mind, like, this was like a really sought after thing, the controller just goes and just like is just like it doesn't quite smash, but oh my god, and that's the only thing that I can think of. I don't know.
No.
One
All,
of those
my
so
like
bad.
my most viewed clips are of my cats doing stupid shit.
Aww.
So it's
Wholesome,
everything
wholesome.
is just me being an idiot.
Just
Aw.
You need to do something absolutely humiliating that makes you want to record.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Let's get some glue over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's that servant, that butler you've got that keeps dropping off drinks? Can you get him to bring some glue?
Well, what we'll say
But I
Glue.
don't know. Everything scares me. Like, I'm jump scared at everything. Like, there was a point when Alex was working and he would come in and just walking into the room, I would scream in his face. Like, there was probably like a whole compilation of me just screaming at nothing.
When I get scared, I tell people to fuck right off. So when I play horror games, it sounds like I've got Tourette's or something. I'm honestly spending the whole time just going, fuck off.
Quickly
Just
chuck the
over
Tourette's
and
tag
over,
on.
and I'm like, no, but I don't. But it honestly sounds so bad. I just honestly tell everyone to go away.
So you're basically Irish when you play horror games, right?
Become a friendly Irish person.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, I had an American. He used to be a long-time viewer of mine back in Daisy, and he sent me a message on Whisper, in fact. And he's like, you swear too much now, I'm afraid, for me, and therefore I can't watch you anymore. If you could stop swearing as much, then I'll be able to watch you at work. And I'm like, what do you send me this message for? And I literally said, I said fuck off. I actually said fuck off.
Yeah, dude.
I was
I love
it's
those
crazy.
people that tell me to stop cursing. I'm like, literally, go fuck yourself and die. You know, I'll push. I won't do it here, but I'll
That's
push
true.
the TOS.
Well, now that Lewpac
like-
is back, we actually have somebody. We have 3 requests for people to join for questions. I don't know what these are going to be, but
They're very brave.
I'm going to have Thumb in first.
This is about to be their most embarrassing Twitch clip.
Yeah, this is it. We're making the clip.
I can hear you all, by the way. The wireless headphones. Just went for a pee.
Oh, well,
I was
that's.
like,
I
Oh,
also
that's-
go to the
thanks.
toilet and handle myself while listening to other people.
I was hearing about.
I'm kidding, but they're wireless. That's what I'm literally just I'm there with you.
Right, so I'm
Love
waiting
it.
for Thumb to connect. Getting ready. Oh, great.
Thumb.
All right, we're gonna have a
Thumb.
Thumb. Thumb.
I bet he's a builder. He looks like a thumb.
Complete opposite. Complete opposite. I'm
Oh,
waiting
is
for
he
this.
not? He's a
No.
streamer then. If he's not a builder,
No,
Is he fit?
not a streamer.
How fit?
Oh, very fit. Mhm.
Oh.
Like as in like what people used to say. No one says it anymore, right? Is he
Fit.
fit?
They're well fit.
Is he
Painting.
He's well fit.
Peng.
Well fit, bro.
Slot them in, and don't worry, I have a
Whoa.
button to show them.
This is where this turns into a dating show to try and find Brad a brand new partner. Welcome, Thumb.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. What a great. We're setting up the dating show. This is great.
Hello.
I've already forgotten my question. Thanks for that, guys.
So,
Oh, there it is.
That was good timing. That was
Sorry,
Lewpac's been waiting the
man.
whole time.
I've been waiting the whole show to do that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is it.
Okay, my question was pretty simple. Basically, how did you come up with your usernames?
Oh.
Easy. Mine was come up with for me. And that was
Oh.
it. I hate it. It's a shit username. It's fucking I can't even say it because I can't say T's. I'm BradWoto. You know?
Whoa.
What would you
Whoa.
want to be called though, Brad?
My original gamer tag was Brad Random. And I think that works better, even though it's like a little like, oh, he's so random.
It makes
and
me
quirky.
random XD. Oh.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my little Brad Raw XD. But it would have been better at least, I think. But yeah,
Megan, how about you?
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Lewpac,
I was
take it over here.
Yeah, we've got so many guests, haven't we? We've got so many guests to get
We've
through.
got-
You said
no,
just
we're
3
okay.
people.
We got 3. That's not
Is
that
it?
many. It's all good.
It's the most uninteresting story, so you're dead on.
I was hoping.
Someone else said it.
Brad
Mine's
was
not
gonna.
interesting.
No, because I was worried that Brad was gonna say about how he wanted to be Pussy Slayer 420 Mountain Dew, but like the TOS, he couldn't have it as a streamer.
Yeah, because you took it probably, right?
I was trying to save him from that story.
Yeah, it's that is the story. So,
Meganyy, go ahead.
Go on.
I don't know. I feel like that's what the origin name should have been. Well, mine was I was about 14, and the Mighty Book of Boosh came out. My God, that was really difficult. And I went to a signing, and one of them signed Megan, and it was meant to be XX, but the way they did it looked like 2 eyes, and I was like, wow, that's new and original. and now I'm here.
No, you literally got the Megan XD raw random quirky
Yeah, exactly. That's me.
legit
It's
origin
cute.
story.
Some of my friends call me YY, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
That's
It
pretty
works.
sweet.
Mm.
It's nice. Mine's very, very boring. I liked RuneScape, medieval games. I saw knights on there and I was like, cool. I want something that doesn't sound girly. Because I remember when I started Twitch, like if you were a
Pussy
girl, it was
Slayer
really
Knightenator,
weak.
but, yeah.
And so I was like, right, I want something where people just
Brad
like
had already
immediately
taken
assume
that.
I'm like a cutie babe or something. Nothing wrong with that, but back in the day, like women on Twitch were like, get them away. So I was like, right, I want something that's like badass. So I was like, I like knights. Knights are in RuneScape. I'll be Knightenator. And I thought it'd be really easy to spell. Turns out it's not. I've misspelled it so many times. So
I'm not gonna lie, when I was typing your name and I was like Knightenator and I kept spelling it wrong. I kept spelling knit. I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck's sake, I am so bad at spelling. But it works. It's a really good name. Like, it's a really good name. You can do so much with that as well. So, like, even logos wise, you could actually do really well with it. T-shirt designs a lot. It's a really good idea thinking about it. Lewpac?
Mine's boring. Mine was given to me by friends. So I used to. My name's Lewis. My real name's Lewis. I used to DJ loads. I used
Would
to be
never
a
have
massive.
guessed.
I used to be a massive like old school hip hop head, like Run DMC, Ice-T, Ice Cube, and Tupac. So I used to play a lot of Tupac in my sets on vinyl. My friends were like Lewis, Tupac, Lewpac. They also call. My brother also called me DJ Dickhead, so it was either DJ Dickhead or Lewpac, and I stuck with Lewpac to be honest with you.
Good choice.
What about
Good
what about
choice.
you, Queenie?
Mine is so. I know I'm gonna take the piss out
From a
of for this.
Catholic family, Queenie's quite weird, like traditionally, isn't it?
Well, I'm very anti-religious in my family. After like 7 people died in like 3 years, I was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm fed up going to that freaking church. I'm burning inside every time I go." But yeah. So I had Queenie when I started playing Battlefield 2142. And I needed a username. My mum's partner played a lot, and he was like, "You can't stop playing on my username. You're ruining my fucking kitty." Anyway, I was improving it. He was fucking old and shit, so he was just one of these people who was like, "Oh, you're definitely making it worse." I was like, "I'm improving it, mate." But I was like, right, okay, I'll get my own name. And I liked anime, and I was like, right, I need to figure out. I don't want princess. That is the shit. It's a bit like knight. I was like, I hate the fact that there's like, you know, princess or this.
You didn't
Like,
want to be
do you know what?
girly. Yeah.
I didn't want to be girly. I was like, what is not girly? Queen is clearly not that girly, right? And I was like, okay, so I'll have Queen Shinigami, which is anime. Shinigami is in
It's
Death God.
literally, you guys are like the Mighty
Weeb as
Boosh,
fuck.
Knightenator, like Tupac, and
We've thought
your
about this.
anime.
Oh yeah, we've thought about
We're
this.
all
like,
from the same thing because we were all kids. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we've been playing. We've
But
all
like-
been playing
like-
games
but
a long
like-
time.
Like if it was modern, you'd be called like Boss Bitch or something like instead of Queenie. Do you know what I mean? Like that'd be the modern equivalent.
Yeah,
But, like, but,
essentially.
no, but back then you were like, I'm the queen. I'm the queen of these kids, man.
What about
Oh
the
yeah,
thumb?
well,
I'm
that's
curious
it.
about
Yeah.
the
I was
thumb.
about to ask
you get your
Oh,
name.
here we
Why
go.
you called this
Thumb.
My thumb.
what are you thumbing?
Can anyone do the? Can you guys do the thumb? Can you make your neck disappear? Like,
What are you talking
Oh, we
about?
used to do
That's what
this.
you're talking about.
Yeah, we used to put that flat face.
Great.
Yeah,
You just
all the
give
time.
my
Wait,
channel
yeah.
something
Try
else
and
to
make
be.
it-
This is it.
you just like a
That's
thumb
it.
instead of a head.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
Come on.
thumbs,
That's it.
Awesome.
and that's why I'm called Thumb.
Oh wow.
Majestic.
I love it.
It's
That's
accurate.
A great
I like
story.
it.
Mm.
I'm not a
Similar
knight.
to,
so
similar to my mate Ballstack.
Not yet.
that's true. There's still
I-
time.
I'm not a queenie. Well, it depends. Like
Oh,
when I
yeah.
go into games, actually nowadays, I either get asked like, "Oh, you're a gay guy," because of the queenie type of thing. So I get that, and then I
Do they
tell
still
them
call them
like,
queens?
"Oh yeah,
That's such a
100%."
90s That's such an. I thought that was like a
Still-
90s thing.
Oh no, it's
like
still
queer,
a massive
like queer
thing.
eye for the straight guy. Oh, queen.
No, it's the
like-
drag shows and all. They're massive. So there is drag queens that are called Queenie, and I had this guy in Valorant trying to be really nasty, and I literally said to him, "Bro, you don't shut the fuck up about me being a gay guy. I'm 45. I'm gonna go fuck your dad." And he was like, "Right, shit, that's fucking it." And he was so. Like, I don't know what to say to this. And I was like, I can't tell him I'm a girl because it's going to get worse. You know what I mean? I was like, well,
yeah,
I'll just say that to him and that'll stop him. And instantly they all panic. Like, so, you know, there's no point. You can't really beat it with this name because they think you're either a girl or which is pretty obvious, I think, with the Queenie, or a guy who's gay. So they'll either go homophobic or they'll go sexist, and you're like, oh no. So you can't win. It's great.
You get the full Twitch. You get the full Twitch spectrum.
Oh yeah.
That was a really good question, though.
No one gives a shit about you if you're called BradWoto. No one knows what it is. And no one wants to say it, and no one wants to type it, and no one can remember it.
They just call you Brad.
True.
Yeah. The good thing about it is it does have Brad in it, but my real name is actually Simon. I was going to reveal it at the end.
What? Stop this.
Hang on.
Are you pulling our leg? Is this?
No, you're lying, sis.
I was going to wait till the very end. No, it's not. It's Brad. It's Brad.
Oh, you made Jesus Christ. Oh.
I have a good friend. He's a Twitch streamer as well on a DM, and his name is Wax Steven, and his name is Chris. Everyone always calls him Steven, and it's always like it's always awkward when you're in a group of people that don't really know each other, but like I know him and he knows that I know that his name isn't Steven, but someone who's trying to get to know him will be like, oh, that's really interesting, Steven. And I'm always like, oh no, dude. It's so awkward because I know his name's Chris, but everyone thinks his name is Steven, and it's the weirdest
But why
thing.
would you call yourself a name that isn't your name?
Because it's a command to whack Steven. It's not to whack Chris.
Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. No, him and his friend were coming up with rap names at one point, and he was
like you do.
His friend gave him one, and he gave his friend one, and his friend named him Wax Steven, and I think he went home and made an account on something, and that's what he wrote in. That's how we got it. But yeah, dude, I do that shit to people all the time. I'm like, yeah, my name's not even Brad. Everyone is like, oh fuck, what? But it is.
Yeah.
Brad Smith.
Has anyone else got like
honest.
the embarrassing email address you made when you were 16 or whatever?
Yes.
Like,
I'm not going to say it.
Still got that.
Not anymore.
Actually,
Not anymore,
it's
you
100%
changed it.
full. Like, it's 100% full. I can't have any more emails in it, which is sad. So, no more Nigerian prince emails. I'm gutted.
That's
I get those
fine.
in the
He's-
DMs. I'm not even kidding. I had a guy who wanted
Why are your
to
DMs
go
open
to
on
Russia.
anything? You're in lockdown from.
Oh, I have them
CIA.
open very stupidly. But I
Go to
had
Russia.
a guy who wanted me to go to Russia. He said, I'll fly you to Russia, I'll pay. This was many years ago.
I was saying, not
and-
ideal at the moment.
No,
Like,
no, it was a while back. It was a few years ago. Probably
Who's
about
gonna
4
sign
years
you up?
ago. And he was like, I will pay for you to come over to Russia on a short-term visa. He was very specific about that. And he said, you will give me babies, 4 of them. And then after that, I would like to...
hang on a short-term visa.
Yeah, on a short-term.
Yeah,
I'm not
does he
entirely
know
sure
how
about
that-
the
does he
plan
know
of
how
it.
that
Or on a
works?
short term.
And he said he would love to see my foot fingers. And then I can go
I
home
would
and he
love
will
to
take
see
custody
your
of the children.
Oh, wow.
was
Dude,
the
imagine
first
if
time in
you'd
my
said
life I'd
yes.
had
Has it
foot
ever
fingers.
worked? Like these guys that will just send these messages. Has it ever worked once? The shit that people will just, guys that will just send a fucking thing that just says, look, I don't want to lie, but I'd fuck the shit out of you. You know what those?
Yeah.
You're like, dude,
Oh, mate.
has that ever worked ever once?
That's
Come on.
how this happened.
Oh wow.
Wooed me
Okay.
off my feet.
Hey.
Weird
Right. Well, I haven't
story.
tried that one yet, so I'll be back. I gotta go, guys. What's the time? Yeah, I got time.
I had a...
One of my most engaged
go ahead.
tweets, sorry, is a reply to one of Knight's tweets. She got like a weird DM from some guy, like saying, I remember what he said, but it was like some weird shit. But she'd posted it on Twitter, and it was hilarious. And I just replied, "Romance isn't dead." and that was one of my most liked tweets ever. Was a reply to Knight's tweet.
I love
These
it,
guys,
honestly.
man.
I love
I
it. I love
had
making fun of it. It's great.
Recently, so I don't like going on Facebook at all, especially my chat will know this, but I went on Facebook Messenger because my mum keeps freaking messaging me on there because I ignore everything she sends me. It's not that I don't like her, it's that I just don't like to speak to family too much. But
Yeah, I don't like her either. If that helps.
anyway, I went on and I got the weirdest, like it was 4 a.m. in the morning, and so it's a stupid time to go on. My brother's best friend from his childhood, bear in mind my brother's younger than me by like 4 or 5 years at this point. His best friend from childhood sent me a message asking, hello, and I don't have him added, nothing like that. I don't know why he was reaching out to me, and he's still doing it. He's still fucking DMing me, and I've ignored every freaking thing on this Facebook message. He sent me a message saying, so I hear you're a Findom now, and I was like, no, I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm not a Findom.
Same thing.
I was
Wait,
like,
hang on.
no.
I'm like, what's?
Where did you get this from?
Okay,
And
I'm gonna
he
sound
said,
old here, but what's that?
somebody who financially dominates somebody basically says to them, you fucking pay me right now. And it's like it's a kink basically. But femdom, findom, whatever, financial domination thing, like literally whips the camera and says, pay me money. That's what he thought I was. And I said, no, I'm a Twitch streamer. Do you know what that is? I play games and occasionally I get sponsors for it. Like people, pay me to play their game. And he was like, oh, I see. And then he sent me a message saying, well, I'm a pay pig. I was like, oh, well, good luck on your new job. I know exactly what it was, but I wasn't going to play into this. I was like, good luck on your job then. And he's like, oh, the reason why I'm asking this is because I want to pay you money. And I'm like, so I sent this all to my little brother. And it turns out
how little are we talking?
Hi, my little brother. He's 5 years younger than me. I'm 29, turning 30 in 2 days. So
okay, all right, that's fine.
He's a couple of years younger than me. So this kid, I grew up with this kid. I babysitted this kid, so it's creepy to me. It's like I babysitted this kid type of
thing. It was definitely Simon.
Yeah, Simon's older than me. Simon's older than me, but no. In all seriousness, it was weird, and I was like,
I mean, so the guy asking you, who was like, I'm a pay pig, he was someone you knew, really?
As a kid, we grew up with him. So his older brother, is in the same year as me. We went to primary school together. And then my little brother went to primary school with him. So it's so weird. Like, my mum and his mum are best friends. So I had to send this to my brother. And then I said, just so you know, this guy is very weird. And I sent this to my mum as well. I screenshotted it. It was like, just so you know, I find out he's also been messaging my little sister. As well, only he was arguing with her about something, and I was like, this guy's lunatic. And the thing is that this whole family are lunatics now. So one of them hates English people, and is completely anti.
An Irish family that hate the English.
No. So the one that was in my year, he hates English people. The other one is like into findom, and then there's another one as well. He's gone completely off the rails and went into drugs, and I'm like, oh my god, what's happening here? So I'm hoping the rest don't message me.
I have an unfortunately similar story, but he sent me a dick pic on Instagram.
I'm sorry about that.
So I sent it to his mum.
Yeah, she's really unhappy with you about that.
Don't scar his mum.
I was like, well,
she's an innocent woman. She's an innocent woman, man.
But it's the same kind of story. Like, all of his brothers have just gone off the rails. But like, this guy, like, I grew up with him. He was like a few years younger than me in school, and then just out of nowhere, penis. And I was like, great.
Is there not like an etiquette? Like, you don't have to say something first, like.
No, it was just penis. I haven't spoken to him in probably like 15 years.
Can I just take this moment to say I feel like Thumbs really got more than they bargained for here.
Oh yes, do you know what? Yes,
you've got another hour and a half.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for joining. I will actually be the next person.
Thumb was like, hey, how did you guys find your usernames, and where are we now? Where are we now? It was a great question as well. Thank you so much. It was actually a really good question. But now we're on findoms and dick pics. I just googled that, by the way. So how do I find, guys? How do I find?
Stop
these
googling.
Like, I need like it doesn't sound.
I'm sure you'll find one. Advertise yourself. Put it in your channel title.
I just messaged them and I'm like, listen, dickhead, I need 100 quid.
Some, thank you for joining. We're not getting along to this conversation.
Bye.
All right, we're jumping. We're jumping on the next guest.
Next up is PayPig 420.
Yeah. Next up is that kid from her Facebook.
Wait, no, I got bills. 200 quid, please.
Oh,
dear.
200 quid?
I actually might send him an email address randomly. My community mod volunteered, so I might. He's like a guy that has a pink mohawk shaved at the side. Well, no, does he have it? Anyway, it's a massive beard and stuff like that, like piercings everywhere. I might send him to him and then let him troll for a while because he loves doing that. So I might just do that for a while for the lulz. Because he wouldn't turn down the money, so it's all good.
Wait, right, what if you linked up two findoms, like, but gave them each other's numbers, and they both just started demanding money off each other and were just super confused? But like, send me 200 quid. No, you send me 200 pounds. Well, you send me 500 pounds, and they just start arguing over who's actually got to send the money, and no one ever gets paid. It's the perfect crime.
Producer just joined the call, by the way. Don't look
at
Hello, Al. Thank you for joining. What is your question?
So my
Have you
question
disposed
basically
of
is
the
we've
body
gone.
behind you? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Why have you got a
No,
fucking...
just wants
No,
to
on the
sit
sofa.
No,
What
on
is
the
that dead body?
Pokemon.
Pokemon, yes, don't worry. So my question is basically, we've gone through all the doom and gloom with Twitch. We've gone through most embarrassing moments. What's your most favourite moment you've ever had on Twitch?
This one.
That's not my answer.
Mate, you've had Brad's had a terrible. Sorry, Simon's had a terrible time on Twitch.
Yeah.
I will remind all of you that this is actually my dating thing still. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
So,
true.
Alan, what
I'm
did you bring to the
opening up
table?
with meeting you. Is that a bit much? Hang on, can we? Can you mute the guest?
You're doing great, Brad. You're doing great. Give him
Thank you.
give him a compliment.
Go.
I really love the dead body you failed to hide.
Smashed
On the
it.
sofa. On the sofa.
Behind you there.
As much as I can say thank you, would be a no from me.
Oh!
Well, this went from my favourite moment to my least favourite moment.
Oh, Bruce! No! Oh my God! Oh, can you at least give him some
Sorry.
feedback so when we're on the next date, he can do
Yeah.
better?
Probably the only feedback I say is probably don't mention about dead bodies in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
You
really
just
first
ignore
date
the dead
material. That's
body.
like that's like second
Yeah,
date.
but if you're
Second
on a
date
first date
conversation.
and there is a
Second, yeah.
dead body, like you gotta.
But if we,
You'd
I,
run
mean, I
away.
didn't.
Quite quickly.
I didn't say I disapproved.
Oh,
You know.
oh.
Maybe I'm into murderers. Every woman in the
Murder.
entire world is for some
Rose-
reason.
Rose
watching
lost
those fucking
control and she's worried 'cause it's
documentaries
her
about Jeffrey
channel.
Dahmer
I completely
and-
forgot what the question was.
Well, it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
What's
happened
your
earlier, I think.
most
the-
favourite moment ever on
Yeah,
Twitch?
your favorite moment on Twitch.
Glue.
No, shut
It
up.
was
Yeah, I think that'd be one of the favorites.
My favorite moment on Twitch was when I saw that clip.
Oh God, I don't know if I have like one standout moment on Twitch, honestly. Like there probably is, but I have a genuinely awful memory, so I can't remember anything at all. What I will say is probably it's what Twitch has created. Like I've had some incredible meetups in real life where about 70 people have turned up just to like hang out in London for the day, which is insane. Like people have come from different countries all around the world because they just love the community. And seeing like how all of these just names on a screen can go into like real life and everyone is just having the best time, and all these people came individually and didn't know anyone, and then all of a sudden they've got friends for life. Like that is like that's the best thing for me. So it's not really a Twitch clip, but it's you know, I recently had a meetup which was freaking sick, so probably that.
Awesome.
You,
Mine's pretty similar. Like I don't have a moment where I'm like on Twitch, this was amazing, but it's just I don't know. It's like I was very fortunate to be part of what is now GCX, which like they raised loads of money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital and stuff back in like 2016. In the West Country. But it was, I don't know, it was being part of something and seeing a community come together and raise money for such an amazing cause that it's just mind blowing to me, and it's just so wonderful.
Who wants to follow that one with something about themselves?
Yep.
Mine's really corny. Mine's
it was
like
clearly
so,
dancing for 10 minutes without any sound,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
it's for
Mine's super cheesy. But like, so like, I'd been streaming a year or something, and my first daughter was born, and like, so I took some time off, and I came back to stream, and I had her in the basket to show her on stream for like the first time, and like all my chat was like, so like they were just going mad. They were like, I can't wait to see the baby. Like, oh my god, the baby's here and all this, and like, and that was when I knew it was more than just like gaming and chatting shit. Do you know what I mean? And these guys were like going crazy. Like I cried my eyes out for a week when my first daughter was born. Like straight up, just like my wife was like, right, you need to stop crying now because there's shit to do, right? And like the baby, and like I was so proud of her, and then everyone was getting mad, and I was just like, oh, this is too much. And that
really
was
sweet.
that was just such a real, that was like such a turning point for me, because it was like it's more than just a stream and a streamer. Do you know what I mean? Like they're like, yeah, it was the proudest moment of my life, and people were excited for me, and that's what it is.
Aw.
Anyway, that was mine.
I'll go with mine then, because it's the complete opposite. Killed 27 people in DayZ in the space of half an hour. And I was like, fucking great.
Get wrecked, shitters.
It was like space of half an hour. Killed them all in Cherno, and I was like, great. And anyway, I got a massive reputation for being a cold-hearted killer cunt in DayZ, and I was like, that's it. That's my reputation.
Nice.
To the point where nobody wanted to invite me to some of the events, especially the women events in DayZ that were created. And then everybody was like, yeah, we don't want to go up against Queenie. So I was like pretty happy for about a year, known as the best PvPer for a long time. And I was like, success. So completely opposite to Lewpac from, you know, killer to wholesome.
But at least it wasn't like when a
Wholesome
female's
straight.
really good at the Olympics and they make her take a gender check or something. They didn't like testosterone check you or anything. Like,
Oh, I just tell
you seen that with
people I
the-
have a penis. It's great. I'm like, I have a 28-inch here, guys. It's nothing you can do about it. It's too big. All right, gotta. So I've told
like
a
an
lot of
elephant
people
trunk.
this.
everyone's
Yeah,
eyes
that
went
is-
really wide there. Everyone was like,
Quite large.
Oh
It's
dear.
weird.
So like they can't. The thing is, when people come in and try and dick measure against you, weirdly enough, even though you're a female, you know, streamer or woman streamer, or whatever you want to say, you're like, I got a 28-incher, and then they just stop. So it's great. It's
she could
great.
do a handstand with no hands.
Exactly.
The question is, Brad, how are you following the 28-incher?
I am.
What was your
Yeah,
happiest
I've-
moment?
Oh yeah, I can. No, I can't.
You can
really.
relate,
Sorry,
right,
sorry,
Brad?
It's fine, Brad.
I got a nubbin. It's fucking awful. It's so. It's hard to deal with. In the other way. I don't know if I have like.
Al, he's not selling it, is he? You haven't changed your mind yet.
Yeah.
It's like I
Maybe a
said, it's
nubbin
not
would
the
help,
size,
but-
it's how you use it.
Yeah, man. I'm really good at dancing. That's what's got me through all these years with a clitoris.
Right. No, your favourite moment, Brad.
Favourite
Brad, your
moment.
favourite moment.
Yeah, you've gone.
I don't know if I have like a favorite like crazy like kill streak moment or anything, but I know I remember a point where I felt something that I had never felt before. That was like a huge thing for me to experience. I am a dead inside person, so feeling anything is unreal. But
Okay,
so like I
this is
said
where
at the
this is
beginning,
going.
I
I was
have a-
concerned for a minute. I was like, hold on.
I felt like a robot. I felt a pulse, like for a warmth for one moment. No. I have a D&D channel, and I had never played D&D before, and I hadn't experienced it, and I would have loved it when I was younger. I didn't know it existed. It's not very big in the UK. It's kind of cringe as fuck until you get into it, and then you're like, oh, this is cool, and you can find ways to play the game the way that you are comfortable with and whatever. So I started playing this game D&D with all of these other creators and stuff, and on Twitch is how I found it. And I ran my first ever campaign with a couple of other streamers, and I don't know what happened to me, but I ran this campaign, and it's kind of like you kind of have to write a story and you have to create a game. It's a bit like game deving, because you have to like come up with encounters and puzzles and shit like that, and then you put it into a story and it becomes like an episodal thing. So I was like directing a TV show every week as well, and I was putting a lot of effort into it, and I ran this campaign called Fractured Worlds with a couple of friends, and I completed this thing, and it got to the end, and I made a set of credits and shit that went up on the screen, and I hit play on that set of credits, and this thing had finished that I had created. I had actually completed this project that was like a year long or something. I had spent like poring over this thing, blood, sweat, and tears, really thought about everything, really put my everything into it. And I just gave myself to this project. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And I actually completed it. And I had never really done that. A lot of shit was taken from me as a kid. You know, I could fucking cry about it all day, but I did this thing that I completed, and I just sat there and I broke down. I cried. And it was the craziest thing to feel that I had actually done something that was entirely my creative process. Obviously everybody else was in it and they helped, and it was a fucking awesome ensemble and stuff, but that moment for me was just unreal. And I don't think I would ever really have experienced that without the option to do it on Twitch. I don't think I would have really committed myself to it or given myself to it. And then obviously you get encouraged by other people. Like I said, people would shut me down as a kid, and everyone was encouraging in the way that they really enjoyed the show. People watching it, players playing in it, you know, friends of mine and stuff. So that for me was unreal, that feeling. I can still feel it when I think about it if I need to. And that's huge. And it was probably for me like I don't know if it was my like favorite moment on Twitch or anything like that, but it's a huge standout moment for me. Just completing a project was just so nice.
I totally agree with that.
Fulfilling. Yeah.
Totally, you just reminded me of like the things that I made on Twitch and like the amazing shows and stuff. And it's that thing, like whatever you put in on Twitch, you will get back if you have the right audience. And you don't get that in real life. Like in real life, people think you're bonkers, but you can literally make things from the ground up, make something that's so ridiculous, and everyone will just back you and they will watch it and love it. And you don't get that from anything else. That you get full creative control. That is amazing.
Yeah, I love that feeling. And that for me, I think was a huge moment for me, and I really, really am grateful for it and enjoyed it. And I've been chasing it ever since. And honestly, it's a bit like this, Queenie, running those shows where you have to get everyone and make sure everyone reads the brief, and then you have to fucking get through the tech issues, and then you're doing the thing. And
yeah, I read the brief. Shut up.
No one's answering no one's going with the fucking program that you've pre-planned, and you're just freaking out, and it, you know, things don't always work out and shit. So.
Dude, I'm surprised that's your. Do you know what? That's really wholesome. I'm very shocked that you went with that. I was like, here we go.
I can do it if I dig deep.
Aw, that's actually really nice.
You get one a year. Do it here.
You keep DMing. Like, what's crazy now is how big D&D's got, and like the biggest DMs command a fortune for campaigns now. Like, it's huge business, and I'm so gutted that there wasn't some stuff like that when we were kids, Brad. Like we were talking earlier, you couldn't have been open and been like, oh, I love D&D, I wanna get into D&D. I've just started taking my eldest daughter, she just got into Pokemon, so we go to Pokemon Club at the Geek Cafe in Bangor nearby us every Saturday.
Which is that's even a thing.
They do yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. And I've gone to this place. We go to this Geek Cafe, and she plays Pokemon and she trades with other kids and stuff like that. She's 7. And I'm like, man, I just wish this existed when I was a kid. They run kids D&D sessions, like starter sessions and stuff. And she's like, oh, I might want to go to that. And I'm like, if you like, and I'm like, I love it because she's excited about it. But I'm also like, oh man, I wish I had this when I was a kid. I wish I had a place where I could have just gone to and been myself. You know what I mean?
If I'd mentioned D&D, I probably would have been stabbed.
You've been beat up. I at least been beat up.
Yeah.
But maybe if you're in London, you might have got stabbed, to be fair.
Yeah, I would have probably been stabbed.
Actually, we'll let Al go here, so because he needs to hide that dead body.
How did you get your name?
Al, yeah, how you doing, Al?
Hello.
How did you get Al16 Gaming?
So it's not actually Al. It's just stuck by, mainly Queenie's stuck by. So it's AL. So it's AL as my initials. 16 is my lucky number, and then just gaming.
The A in AL stands for Alan, by the way.
This is like when I called a member of my chat Dale for about a year, and then I was told it's Dalek. I thought it was Dale K. It was Dalek. I'd been calling them Dale. Yeah.
I tell them if I say it, the first one that comes up, and I say it out loud, I'm like, that's your name now in here.
Yeah, that's essentially what Queenie's done. Yeah, I've corrected her maybe 7 or 8 times in the past 3 years.
Your name is
like, no, it's Al now. You fuck up.
Yeah.
I can't learn.
I made a viewer change his name because it had gone too far, and he did. I can't remember what the mix-up was, but I was like, no. We can't change it now, and he changed his name on Twitch.
I mean, people change their name all the time. Dude.
Yeah, so if anybody has a load of X's or underscores and they're becoming a normal person in my channel, I'm like, what are you doing? Get that shit name out of my channel.
Together,
yeah, you get that's an embarrassment.
We're getting you off the drugs. We're getting you clean. And we're starting today with that fucking name. Get the X's out of it.
It's what, numbers 12? As well. She tells me off with the numbers in my name as well.
Yeah, numbers, X's, underscores, like XX Fortnite Pro, and actually somebody did. Who was it? T-Bone changed his name to some ridiculous name to piss me off one day, and he had XX underscore Fortnite Pro. 69 420. I was like, you son of a bitch, and just sat there with that name. I wouldn't
even talk to him. I would have banned them immediately.
I was thinking about it, I'm not gonna lie. Right, well, we'll let you go, Al, then. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for the question. That was totally safe.
Bye.
Go move that dead body.
Yeah. Go check out that dead body in the background, please.
We'll see him on one of those TikToks where it shows you like it was 2 a.m. and he had dragged the body outside. And, they always have him in a fucking backpack and shit, right? You ever see
bro, I've just read the brief. Like, my bad.
Hey, right there.
For God's sake, no wonder you're quiet for 10 minutes.
I forgot. Like, Simon said, don't mention Jimmy Savile in the first 5 minutes. I messed up. Sorry. My bad.
Oh my
Good,
god.
you've done it
I
again
did-
though. That's good.
I didn't get to do
again,
my
bring
normal
it in.
intro in this podcast. Every other one, I've been fine. And you know what?
You want to do it now?
No,
Yeah.
I've done it. I actually technically half did it, and I was like, "Fuck it." I don't even have an intro prepared anyway. I'm not a professional streamer.
Elevator. It's like an elevator pitch. Remember those when everyone was like, "Oh, you gotta have an elevator pitch for everything all the time."
Oh yeah, yeah. To be fair, Simon does. Like Simon comes in prepared. He has a full.
He's
pitch to
businessman
that.
though. Like,
Yeah.
can you appreciate? Like, we can all appreciate. Like, imagine having someone dedicated full time to running the business side. Like that would that's the dream,
But
isn't it?
I can't
Isn't
even.
yourself?
I literally
Yeah.
almost.
It isn't yourself. Another person, Megan.
Mad.
A whole other
Madness.
person.
I
doing
can't comprehend such a
All
thing.
the boring stuff, and you just
Yeah.
I
do the
secretly
good
love
stuff.
the boring stuff. I
you?
literally I wanted to be Alan Sugar when I was younger. I love being an
Oh,
entrepreneur.
dude,
I
the
love running
dream is to be
businesses.
you, where you get both.
You can manage
Get the
like
one
someone
side of the
else.
brain
You
where you
can
get
you
to
can
be
manage
interesting
Brad or
and the other
something.
I wish I had more hours in the day. I
Oh,
wish I
okay.
could clone myself, but like I do enjoy the business side.
Really,
Oh,
I
that's
hate
the
it.
dream
I hate
to
it
do
so
that.
much. Like,
I know a couple of
I
people that have
can't
that.
stand it. I
They're
can't
really good at the
stand it.
business and really good at the being entertaining thing, and I'm like, oh, fuck you, you know.
I mean, some
You
of
better
it's
have-
not fun.
if you got like one short leg or something.
I mean, I'm short all round, so.
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
gonna
we
say, do
found
you,
that out,
do you
Oh,
have a?
don't
you,
do
like,
that.
that's actually a child's chair she's got.
Yeah, you want
Right.
a booster.
You can
it
pick
does
up
actually,
as
you look
well.
quite
Brad was
small.
mocking me earlier, saying I'm legally a child because I'm 5'2". I am
God's
not.
sake.
All right,
Listen,
thank you. 5'2" is fine.
I'm a 5'4" alpha male of gaming. Listen,
You're
You
not
are not
5'4".
I am.
No,
What
you're
do you
not.
mean?
You're the same height as
That's-
me. You're 5'7". We've discussed this.
Yeah,
It's the same as 5'4", by the way.
No, you're taller than me, actually. I think.
Me?
Yeah, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, then when you
It's a running joke with chat that they mock me for being small.
You want to know the
It's
best thing
ironic
about
because
it?
when you run, it goes like this, like that. That little sound effect plays when you run. As your little legs go.
I asked Queenie earlier, I was like, aren't you tall? And she went, no, I'm really short. And she went, I'm 5'7". I was like, fuck off. But so also, not only was she insulting me, but she was insulting you.
Oh.
Do you
Yeah.
know what happens with me and Simon taking pictures? Have you seen it? Oh
You
yeah,
don't-
Megany's
we can't
seen
see
it.
you. We just see like your forehead.
So
If
because
it's
he's
like,
6'5".
Simon,
Yeah, or his
you just see
chin,
Rose
like, it's-
forehead.
But do
one
you
of you
know
in every
how
picture.
we sort this out with pictures? So this shit came in one day on stream. Actually, it's probably one of the clips that did very well on Twitch. He
She
came in
brings
with
a box.
with a little stool. And he says, "Oh look, your short ass stool has came in," and then he showed it in stream. I can't use it because I feel like it's gonna break every time I stand on it. But I have to wear over 5-inch heels for us to both get in the camera picture because it looks really fucking odd. And then I went and
That's
got
why I
massive
thought you were really
platformers.
tall.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I will never
that's why.
forget you both
And then
walking
everyone
towards
thinks
me
it's paid
at
for your
Insomnia, and I was just like, "Oh my god, they're really tall people. What's happening?" And I was just there like, "Hello."
Well, you're not that short, are
Attack on
you?
Titan thing.
No, I'm 5'6", but if you had your big shoes on and
Oh, I do,
both
yeah.
tall, and I was just like,
Yeah, I wear platforms now, so we don't look really ridiculous together. I wear like I think they're 3-inch platforms at all events. So.
It's fucking adorable. The four of you could form a fellowship.
Oh dear. It's the two hobbits, and Gandalf will be Simon. I'll be
Oh,
a
yeah,
hobbit as well,
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Or oh no, I'll be a human. Simon will be a Gandalf.
Simon's 6'5", isn't he?
6'5".
It's absurd.
Yeah, he's
Unnecessary. It's just
Oh,
showing
yeah.
how-
yeah,
Like,
like
you can
Knight
give
could have
those
had
3
those
inches.
extra inches,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like
I'm happy being 5'2". It's not a
No,
bad thing.
Nike can
fine,
still have
though.
those.
Well,
you're
Nike can
cute.
still have those extra inches if Ron and Simon break
yeah,
up.
exactly.
Oh dear.
I'll get custody of these.
Oh dear. To be fair, so me and Simon, when we first got together, the first year we were very so we both love wearing like leather jackets and stuff like that. But if you do that in Northern Ireland, and you're 6'5", they think you're a thug. So you've seen all these grannies when you went to the shopping malls looking at you like, and then just walking about and avoiding you in the malls like this, and you're like, it's only wearing a leather jacket. He's not gonna beat you up, you know, because he's so big. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh, we've got the other guest ready. So let's see. We are welcoming Toddy.
Who's actually called?
Toddy, yeah. It's not going to be his name, by the way. It's going to be, you know, something completely different. So we're waiting for that. It'll be completely insane.
18, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 8, 18. Actually, look at him. Look at him. It's Rocky, isn't it? Rocky 5.
Oh,
Listen,
Toddy's in an indie band with his mates. They're on the verge of getting signed. 100%. They play. They've recorded their demo in a garage. 100%, mate.
Yeah, I'm bringing grunge back. That's all it is.
Brad wants to chat him up first, though. So go ahead. Best pickup line.
Come on, Brad.
My favorite band is Nirvana.
Good choice.
My favorite band is Pearl Jam.
Yeah, that'll do. That's best.
Okay. I was trying to just list off the grunge bands. I was going to go down the list.
Take me now.
I was like, okay, who else is grunge?
Toddy has can we just appreciate Toddy's fantastic teeth, by the way?
Oh, thank you.
As British people
That's
with
a
generically
set of teeth.
terrible
Yeah, that's
how much was
amazing
the
set of teeth.
My teeth look like a vandalized graveyard, and this man comes on here with like, do you know what I mean? Rocking it.
Toddy, how would you like
it.
to chatter those bad boys against Brad's?
Dude, isn't that the worst when you smash teeth and you got a kiss on? Absolute. That's worse than the glue incident.
Because we've all actually kissed people. What have you ever smashed teeth with? What the hell?
No, I was 15.
Like it's not a Glasgow kiss, mate.
I was 15. I was nervous around Toddy.
I think you're similar age as well, so
he was really enjoying the Arctic
Hey,
Monkeys.
if you smash Toddy's perfect teeth, that's a war crime right there. Yeah, look at those bad boys. That's Geneva Convention shit.
Yeah. His question is going to be guess my band name.
Toddy,
They're a grunge
go
band,
ahead.
but you look like an indie guy. So it's probably Dark Coffee Pot or something. You know?
Let him tell his Brad. Let him tell his question.
Try not to scream laughing. What is your favorite sort of media, whether it be animation, music, and have you ever got into, say, like conflict with your chat and say, not in a bad way, not like an argument, so say like you go in like a tangent and stuff like that?
Oh, you bastard.
Oh,
you know full well that's every day.
I love to go on Rose stream and say my favorite anime is South Park. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I seen you do that the other day, you little bastard, in somebody else's
man,
channel.
I love it. Anyone that loves anime, I love to trigger them.
You don't even need to do it with South Park. Anime is just a fucking can of worms. As soon as you mention one,
mate.
it's over.
They're like
The
rabbits.
chat doesn't stop.
You can't.
I can trigger most of you guys as well. I haven't watched The Goonies. I haven't watched The Matrix. Don't watch anything past like the last 10 years. So that's
the opposite. I struggle to watch things that are older than 10 years. Anime before 2010 and shit. I'm like, I'm the other way around. Together we could watch everything.
Music. My media that I consume is music. Clearly, as a longtime DJ and cooking YouTube videos. I love cooking. I'm a mad chef. Oh God, yeah. Like the way to cook things. Yeah. I'm a great cook.
Yeah.
But like, argue over like I started doing cooking streams as well. And they're like, "Oh, why are you chopping like this?" And I'm, it's so. And I'm like, "Bro, are you gatekeeping chopping?
Yeah,
like, how can you gatekeep chopping an onion?"
I'll get you.
I'm sitting there with my onion goggles on so that my eyes don't water, and I'm like, "Listen,
you put them on wrong, by the way."
Like, does the non-professional cooks wear onion goggles? I don't think so. So shut the fuck up and let me cut my onion. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I like, and that's what I argue about.
I have listen, oh
no,
it's a daily occurrence. I have a niche interest in motorway documentaries from the early 2000s and airport documentaries from the early 2000s. And it turns out that my audience, which is primarily adult humans who watch like modern entertainment like Game of Thrones and things, they don't like that. They don't get on with that. They think it's very, very weird. Pretty much every single like big film I haven't watched. I only watched The Lion King about like a couple months ago. Hated it, cried through the whole thing. Never seen
the original or the new one?
Original.
Right.
It was heartbreaking. Why would anyone?
Everyone
watch that?
cried through the whole thing. Yeah,
it's awful.
I've like rewatched it and cried through it. Like,
I did.
Why would you put yourself through it? Horrible.
Also, like Simba's really upset that his dad's dead or whatever, but literally pretending he wasn't just singing "I can't wait to be king." just before you, like, do you know what I mean? Like 10 minutes ago, bro, you were all about it.
What's the song that they start singing? Like immediately, right? Spoilers, dad dies, and then they start singing like, "Oh, don't worry, troubles, and oh, it's all good. It's all good. Shit, don't worry. Yeah, get over it. It's all lovely.
Smile, drink a cup of water, and shut the fuck up.
Rest of your days.
That's it. Hakuna Matata. I don't fucking think so. It's awful. Anyway, so hadn't watched that. Haven't seen Titanic. Haven't seen like anything popular. But I have seen niche documentaries about road accidents.
What's your favourite documentary about motorways or whatever the fuck?
God, right. So recently they've been releasing these ones, which aren't they aren't even like 1080p. They're like 480. It's beautiful. It's great.
Motorway documentary.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's amazing. And it's like it's square. It's square. You're watching a square. It's so good and it's so old. And recently, right? So one of these, it was a big truck and it like knocked down this like walking pass, shut down the motorway for like a week. Crazy. Loved it.
And wait, but you're married or you have a fiance?
Fiance. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Does
he have to watch them as well or what?
No. I like to watch them alone.
This feels like when you watch the Netflix documentary of when Knight became a serial killer. This is the clip you're gonna see before she had to taste the real thing of causing road traffic accidents. She used to consume the documentaries.
This
is episode 1 of the Netflix 3-parter.
Don't say that because I play Euro Truck Simulator and honestly everyone wants to revoke my driving license because I just crash into everything. I'll drive the wrong way down the motorway. It's great.
Do you have an actual driving license?
Yes.
Okay.
That's concerning.
You have a truck license.
Never crashed. I do not have a truck license yet.
Do you get distracted on motorways?
No. I'm very focused.
Oh, I saw that in this documentary. Look at that one.
Yeah, I don't. I look at that like I look at that car and I'm like, oh, saw you in an accident a while back. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. I learn from their mistake. But anyway, it's safe to say I literally share nothing in common with my audience in terms of viewing habits. So yeah, I'm a bit weird, but it's fine. Like they're used to it.
I'm going to be driving hopefully soon. I don't know how long it's going to take me to learn, but hitting 30 and not being able to drive is fine. Right? No, I don't. I got assignment. I
thought you were going to say you were going to drive somewhere.
No.
You
were like, I'm actually going to be driving to Scotland to pick up.
I got a Legoland license.
Belfast.
Yeah, I got a Legoland license.
You can use that on the road.
Yeah, I've been trying to for years, and the stream told me it's not, legal. But I'm telling them
like
it's fine.
Yeah,
they're lying.
Ireland.
Lying shit. I'm getting my first driving lesson in 2 weeks because Simon just bought me one. I don't know if it's one or several, but everybody in chat has said they're not going to be. You can't stream it now. You know that.
Old person question. So, how much are driving lessons now? Like they
I was paying 35 per hour.
40 quid?
Really?
There won't be 40 quid in Northern Ireland. It must be cheaper.
I passed 22 years ago, and it was I can't remember what it was by then.
Back in the old days.
He just paid an old man to write his name.
I want to say it was 3 shillings and a turnip.
Yeah.
He got into his fucking 40 or whatever it's called.
I think it was like a tenner an hour. I think it was like a tenner an hour back then for driving lessons.
Oh my god.
Cheap.
Yeah, I've had my license. I've had my license 22 years.
I did an intensive week, so I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't really per hour. It was like per day.
Oh,
you're ancient. You've got one of those Flintstone cars.
Sorry, me?
Yeah,
or Lewpac?
You're like 4,000 years old. You were around when the magic was written.
Yeah.
Or whatever the
oh, and that old game that you remember, from
Knight's first stream was with Queen Victoria.
Being knighted.
According to your chat, anyway.
I've forgotten the question.
I forgot the question. Toddy, what was the question?
So your favorite media, and have you ever been in sort of like a tangent or an argument with your chat?
So I'll go because it's a daily occurrence every fucking day. No, it's not porn, but they do speak about it. They speak about hentai and stuff like that on my channel. Just for the lulz, just to wind everybody up. Toddy's one of them.
What's that? I'm checking. What is that? I've never heard of.
Get out of here, Brads. Get out of here. Nobody's going to believe that from you, of all people. Anime.
Love the reputation I've got.
I know.
The saddest, lonely old man. Never seen a woman. Never felt the touch of another human.
Maidenless.
Maidenless, I am
Maidenless
the
right
fucking
now.
maidenless.
He is
Yeah.
currently
Yeah.
maidenless.
Only for now, though. We'll find somebody in chat. Don't worry, there'll be
I
somebody.
played that just after we broke up, dude, and I didn't know what I was in for. She showed up and was
no.
like, "Maidenless, you sad little loser." I was like, "Oh, fuck off." Believe it.
Oh,
Games
dear.
have got too advanced. They actually scope your social media to insult you specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I think for me it's anime because there's a lot of really proper weebs in my channel, and they have the shittest taste I've ever seen.
You're
Attack
mega
on
weak.
Titan,
Like
stuff
your dream is
that.
Japan as well. Like you.
Oh
you've
yeah,
got the
I'm going
Japan
next year.
dream.
I'm dragging Simon there. I'm going to like literally drag him kicking and screaming. I've been trying to plan this for 3 years, and the only reason why I didn't go last year therefore is 1 for COVID, and 2 because Alfie had to have spinal surgery. So all the savings for Japan went to Alfie, of course, because I'm not going to be like, oh, you can just die, you know, you're part of my family. But yeah, that all went to his spinal, and I'm going regardless, you know. Next year is the plan because I'm now 30, and I'm like, oh, this is what I want to do.
Oh no! Oh no! So old.
You calm down now, bro.
So, I am actually. I've got a Japan calendar right beside my bed. I'm going to be counting it down every freaking day.
No, I meant your
And-
age.
Oh, you get. Dude, you're older than me. You're 36.
Yeah, you're old.
36?
Tolly.
35,
No.
34,
Person.
33. I don't know. 32.
There you go.
Oh shit! Eventually, I got to it. I wasn't sure. Kawaii's 36.
Yeah, something like that.
Fuck's sake. Okay. All right. Somebody is anyway. I know Brad is, but yes. Who's next?
Oh,
Brad.
yeah.
I argue about everything. It doesn't fucking matter what the media is. I like most medias as well. Like I don't have. I just like what I like. You know, I'm one of those annoying people. It doesn't matter if it's music or if it's an anime or whatever. If I watch it and I like it, then I like it. And if I listen to it and I like it and I like it, and if I don't, I don't. And I will argue with people in chat just for the sake of it. Quite a lot of the time, I like to wait for someone to say they really like something that I like, and then I argue why I fucking hate it.
You argue for the sake of it though, just to be argumentative. Are you one of those guys?
Sometimes I do it. I mean, most of the time, I think I just do it because the person says it in a certain way that annoys me.
There's
Like,
that superiority tone.
they'll
and
do
you
that
just have
thing
to- You
on
have
Twitch.
to challenge it.
Where yeah, everyone is just trying to stand out. I think nowadays because everyone's on the internet, so everyone's like, I know so much about this thing I just read online on another browser.
Wikipedia.
And I'm like, yeah, as soon as I sense that energy, I go against it. But I mean, there's quite a lot of things. I do a game vote on my channel. I don't pick my own games that I play. They vote for it. So a lot, and most of them are games that I've never played because I didn't have a lot of games at certain points in my life. So I just missed these like huge games like Mass Effect and Witcher and shit. I never played any of them. And everyone goes fucking crazy for certain games that win. Sometimes they're like sycophants. It's like religious zealot level insanity for this game. So I'm like, well, this needs to be the fucking best thing ever. I mean, for real, this needs to be like, how did they even make this? It's godlike, and no game ever is. So I get to fucking hate fuck that game. And everyone comes in going, I fucking love this game. This game is a 10 out of 10. And I'm like, well, it ain't, because I just ran into a bug. It's shit. Fuck you. And like, whatever. It's so fun to do for me. And it's the worst thing for my bottom line. I just hemorrhage viewers. They hate me.
I
I'm
can't-
just
I can't
shitting
break
over
their
favorite
hearts.
thing.
Whenever someone tells me to try something because they love it and I try it and I don't like it, I'm like, yeah, no, it's all right. I can see why you'd like it, but
Wouldn't do it
don't think
again.
I'm going to play it again. I think I'm going to move
Yeah.
on. I can't break their hearts.
No, dude. I'm in there just with a hammer to their heart. You know, I rip it out their chest. And fuck.
Absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to make
People
games
will
and tell them
win.
that as well. It's great.
The way
Well,
that energy that I usually go against. I won't do it for the sake of it. And for the most part, I'm just being honest. Like a lot of the time, people just have like nostalgia bloat for games that came out 10 years ago, and you play them now, and you're like, this is shit. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Everyone's favorite game ever because they played it when it came out. Play that shit now. It's fucking lame. Nothing happens. It's shit. And everyone is
Even if it's
horrified by what I
pirates.
just said. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh, it's
but
great. There's
pirates,
sea shanties, and you get in a boat or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but like that's it. It's the same as all the other ones. And Or did you climb up a building like all the other ones, and then you fucking killed a man like all the other ones? But this one has a fucking boat and a song. Have you fucking ever played that for 80 hours, dude? Oh, shit to do.
Is that all that game
I
is?
got a
I haven't
fucking
played it.
N25 documentary to watch. Yeah.
What about Portal 2? Have you played that?
I played Portal 2 like
game.
whenever the fuck it came out.
Okay. And
But I
can I
haven't
just need
played
to
it
know how you
recently.
feel about it, Brad?
I liked it when I played it.
Well, I just
I-
you know, Portal 1 is being
Well,
redone with NVIDIA graphics. They redid it or something. They modded it, so it's like up to date graphics.
A lot
Which
of
is really cool.
a lot of times I actually like the game. One of the famous ones is The Witcher 3. I just went through it telling everyone how much I hated everything about it, and I was just coming up with reasons to hate it. We invented a meme in my channel called 12 out of 10, which is when someone says something's 10 out of 10. Nothing's really 10 out of 10. It's insane. It's an insane level of standard to hold anything against. So we now call it 12 out of 10, which is where you go beyond the limit. It's unbelievably good.
Oh, you're
actually
just delusional.
I really like The Witcher 3. It's a pretty good game, and I enjoyed playing through it. But if you watch my stream of Witcher 3, it's just a man fucking fucking that thing into the ground. And anyone that came in that said they liked it, I just turned on him instantly. It was fucking evil. Is what it was. It was
The other thing I was going to ask you, actually, Brad. Right, this is my question. What anime do you watch? Is it Attack on Titan? Because I will be judging you.
I mean, I have watched it.
But did you think it was good?
I liked the first season, and I liked a little bit of, I think, the fourth, third. I don't know.
No, it's awful. It's awful.
I bet you like Steins Gate.
No, I hate that. That's an awful anime.
Fucking, oh my god, Steins Gate is so shit, and everyone loves it.
It's
what
awful.
she can only have new anime. That's it. You know.
Attack on
I
Titan is not my favorite anime.
Say, Megan. I'm like,
Wait, all right, how about this one then, Queenie? What's your favorite and your least favorite anime?
Oh, my least favorite. Oh, it has to be like One Punch Man. Hate it. It was a passion. I don't know why people watch that.
I love
Absolute
that one.
dumpster
Really like
fire.
the first season of it.
Love it.
And my favorite is Ghost in the Shell stand-on complex, not the movie,
Ooh,
not the shit
no.
that's coming out nowadays. Just the Ghost in the Shell.
absolutely.
I know Lewpac's watched this.
100%.
We're actually going to go to his house to watch this with
Oh
me,
yeah,
Karen,
we're gonna
Lewpac,
do
and Simon.
we're gonna do a marathon. We're gonna do a marathon of it.
I'm
Ghost in
going
the
to be
Shell
like,
was the first
Karen,
anime
you need to
I
watch
ever
this.
saw.
Really?
Yeah, I was like
Well, I
14.
watched
It was on
Best
Sky
buds now.
Movies 4 at like 3
It's on Sky
a.m.
Movies?
I have insomnia, and I've had it since I was a teenager, so I'd sit up watching anything that was on, and that was the first time I saw anime titties. I didn't know what was happening to me. I was 14. I didn't know what. My whole brain rewired itself. Whatever was happening in there changed me forever, and now I'm literally evil. So
It's worked.
there's a lesson.
Anime titties turned you evil. Is this what we're getting here?
There may be a correlation.
I
Scientists
don't know,
are
I'm
working
not
on
too
it.
sure.
Can I just ask, were they sheathed?
What? No,
Well,
she
that's
like one of the first things she
unsheathed.
like leaps out of a fucking building naked.
I
right,
see.
when she-
So I've got to
Yeah.
27. I've never seen an unsheathed anime breast.
I watched.
Maybe that
No,
would
everyone's
change.
sending
I
you
watched
them
Well, we'll
with
send
Cyberpunk.
you
The
them, don't worry.
Cyberpunk one. Have you guys seen the new Cyberpunk one on Netflix?
No.
Edge Runners. I like, as I say, I didn't enjoy the animation style. I enjoyed the story, but there was a lot of anime titties in that. I have to be
Is there
honest.
really?
I think there was
I'll
some
watch it.
penises as well. But like sometimes they try and over stylize it to the point that you can't see what's going on, and that kind of annoys me.
I
'Cause
just
it
don't
was
like
a re-
the,
it
I
was
don't
a
like
really
the
good
3D ones that are using like the 3D engine. There was one that I forced myself through. What's the one with the guy with the lizard head?
Oh, lizard head.
Dora-
Oh.
Dorohedoro. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That one was good. I like that. But you know what I mean when I say that style, when they're like the whole thing is like
Mm.
3D engine or whatever.
Yeah, not a big fan of that.
Unless it's for like a mech, like All Noah Zero or something like that was
Yeah.
great. As long as the mech scenes are the 3D. Otherwise I can't watch those.
We'll move on.
Other than that, I don't
because
care. I actually enjoy quite a lot of fucking shit.
We'll get
I just
into weeb
sometimes like
territory, and then
Yeah, we
the
did
other
it.
three
We
aren't
opened that
weebs.
can.
Yeah, the Weed
Yeah,
podcast
Pandora's
begins at
anime
half
box.
11, doesn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna invite
Me-
you
me-
for the
me-
next weeb one.
Me
Lewpac.
and
I'm gonna-
Megan have got to go to some raves and like.
Yeah,
Wait, can
we're
I come?
away.
Can I come, please?
No,
I don't know anything
you
about
are
anime.
underground. You
Yeah, of
can't
course you can,
leave.
You can't. We don't even know your location, Knight. Like,
I
that's
can't
fine.
invite you. We don't know where you
I'll bring
are.
the private helicopter. It's all right. I've got
Mm.
it.
They'll look at your YouTube history of M25 videos and they will not let you the fuck anywhere near that place.
No.
Funny story. Like when I was in Dubai, Uber in Dubai has helicopters on it. Just
Wow.
Oh, yes,
randomly.
so you saying this?
You could just like it's like, do you want Uber XL or helicopter? And it's
I think you can do that in London now, not with Uber, but I think
probably.
Yeah, you can.
But it's just
Introducing
the
that
Uber app there.
thing.
They were like,
yeah.
oh well, it's Dubai. People are gonna need helicopters, aren't they? It's like.
Yeah. I feel like I'd do it
sounds
once.
snobby.
Probably just get a taxi, mate. Seeing as this like
gotta do it
1,200
once.
quid.
Frankly,
That's
if
it.
you're having to order one,
Hmm.
get in the bin. I have a private
Yeah,
jet
if you
at
had
all
to
times.
if you had to order a helicopter, you probably couldn't afford it in the first place. Do you know what I mean? You
Disgusting.
shouldn't have your own. You
Peasantly.
shouldn't have your own.
Mm.
I was like, I went through duty free, and they've got like, they've got the off they got the off fee, they got the perfumes, and then they have the gold bars. Would you like to buy a got like I've got a photo of it on my Instagram. It's like, do you want to buy a gold bar while you're here? It's like,
It's not like
sure,
a bar
I'll
chocolate.
take I'll take
Yeah,
seven.
is that edible?
All right.
No, like solid gold.
So, who hasn't answered this one? Meganyy?
Meganyy.
What was it?
So,
Media.
Your
What's your
favorite,
favourite, like,
Media.
type
What's
of
your
Yeah,
favorite
what's your
media?
favorite media? I
Yeah.
like listening to music a lot, but like the type of like I like listening to the different harmonies, and I'm really into like a cappella and like the way the voices work, and I think it's fascinating.
Do you like
Um,
pentatonics? I love
Yeah,
them.
I've seen them live
That's
an absurd amount of times. Yeah, so that's that. And I honestly, like I said, I'm just an idiot who just exists. So I don't really argue with my chat about much. I just, yes, no, go away. That's the extent of it, really. I'm quite boring,
works.
but I like listening to people do nice
you're
things with their voices.
realtor now or something, right? So
Yeah,
What was it?
exactly.
you came up with
Mortgage
something
advisor.
at the beginning. That was it, mortgage.
No, mortgage advisor. Yeah.
All right, what's
So-
Toddy's then? We got to ask Toddy.
oh yeah, Toddy, what do you like
What's
arguing?
your favorite media,
with
bro? You
chat or-
started this.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, tell us. Answer the question.
The main one. Oh god. Because mainly, it's like I'll have an argument with the admin and then totally forget about what we're arguing about. So it's pretty much.
I love
think
my
one
band.
time-
I love my band
was
in the
Game of
garage.
Thrones.
We're gonna be big.
Yeah.
Game of
so-
Thrones.
Oh,
so-
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
That's a good
so we
one.
had an argument with that, and it came to a part that
I love it.
we were getting very aggressive to the point where like, what are we arguing about again? We were like, we just totally
like
forgot
killing
what we were-
each other.
Yeah, we were like, we both just like, what are we arguing about? And then just like, just laughed it off, and then just carried on with work.
And is that also why you're Toddy the 18th?
No, that's I used to play a game called was it Legends of Mir? And it was,
Great game.
Oh god.
Never heard of that.
Old
Yeah,
school,
I'm just
mate.
like,
That
Yeah,
oh,
is
it's,
wow.
old
it's
school.
definitely gamer dad territory now.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
I bet Legends of Myth 2 I played.
Yeah,
I think.
I think there was Myth of Soma as well at the time.
It's like mad isometric MMO, like
Mm.
mega like grindy, like very social. Mate, oh god, I love that game.
But
Right.
yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, Toddy, because
Playing the Oscar
Okay.
we are
Talking
40 minutes over time. No surprise there. So there's one more person.
So we finished
question.
the intros now. We just finished the intros. We can
Well,
get
Yeah,
into
so
the
now we go on to
main
the
part of
first
the show.
topic. So guys, settle in.
Yeah, we haven't got to any of the topics I was trying to discuss today. This has been a waffle podcast, but
I blame Lewpac.
I blame
Oh.
Brad and Lewpac.
I think I
Yes,
definitely
agree.
took some of the waffle.
Definitely. So thank you so much, Toddy, for joining us. We have another guest. Last one. Nobody else can join as a request. I only had half an hour for this, and it's turned into an hour. So thank you so much, Toddy, for joining us, and thank you
Bye,
for
Toddy.
Yeah.
Bye.
Congrats on the fantastic teeth, by the way.
Yeah, great teeth.
Enjoy.
Really great teeth.
Amazing teeth.
I fucking
They
hate
are.
that guy, dude. I hate
Hey,
him.
I
so-
hate
like,
it,
he's the worst. What the fuck?
Hey, like Brad, do you
let
ever
him
see
in?
like, do you ever see a dude and you're so fucking good looking, like just stop it.
I hate-
like
yeah,
it's
I
so
hate-
annoying when like a guy is mad good looking.
I hate
and
anyone
just-
that's good at anything.
Yeah.
A little bit. You know, if they're too good at
like,
something,
you're
I'm
like your
fuck you,
life
why-
must You're like your life must
This is
be
too
so
much
easy.
of a UK podcast. It's too UK.
It's okay if they're older. If they're younger, then what?
Bro,
Oh yeah, get
do
them
you think
gone.
you're
Mate.
doing?
But I think it's the worst when someone's the same age as you, though, because I'm there like, well, I can't do
Stop it.
anything.
Yeah, you're happy you got up on time and
Stop.
ate cereal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right,
I'm
that's
like,
fucking
I
awesome. I'm
ate
awesome.
today and might have showered. Like,
Yeah,
and they're like, I did a dance and did a backflip.
yeah,
Oh,
I know,
on
Yeah.
it was
telly,
money
and I'm like,
yeah, and I can
Trust
sing really
me,
well,
if
and
you
I'm in a
guys
band,
like
and
none of
I'm-
you guys have kids. If you ever have kids, you'll understand. Like when like Rose, like, oh yeah, we just got up at 2 p.m. and I'm like, just fucking die, just shut up.
Wow.
Like,
Dude, I don't
Like-
know. We don't need kids right now. You created them
Oh.
yourself. You suffer
I
yourself.
did, but no,
alright?
I was
That's how
there.
it
I was
is.
there. I was just. I take that. But like, it's when like non-parents are like, oh man, got up, went to the gym, meal prep for the entire week, did 17 backflips, rescued 3 orphans from a fucking cave. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I sewed the arms back on a kid with no arms, and you're like, oh, I made breakfast for my kids and managed to get them to school without murdering both of them.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
That's
so
do you know what I
also
mean?
a
we're
challenge.
not the same. We're not the same.
Even that is way more impressive. I'm like amazed
Anyway,
I
sorry.
got up.
I'm amazed sometimes that I went to sleep.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
like,
don't
I
even talk about
slept.
going to sleep. Yeah.
Well done. Oh,
Unreal.
don't. It's a forever problem.
So
I
I'll
was there
interrupt you
today,
here, guys, because we have
Oh,
another guest on. He has another question. Bonsai, welcome.
It should be called
in.
Thumb.
No.
Hey, look at the face.
So-
Like that guy's got a fantastic face structure. Look at the straightness of that. Look at that jawline. Wow, that is.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
like?
is
I like the
some
IKEA background. That is neater than any house I've
Yeah.
ever had.
No.
Not the boxes, we'll ignore those, but the rest of it, the design, ooh, sleek, love it.
Yeah, you can say I didn't decorate at all.
He's in prison. It's
What's
a cell.
Bonsai? What's
Like,
the
What prison
accent?
are you in?
What's
It's a
the
Norwegian
accent?
prison. They'll have Xboxes in them.
Israeli, I guess. Like
Okay.
It sounds
Israeli,
French.
I guess.
probably
Where
for
are you
you.
from? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's like English slash
No,
French,
I'm
but-
from
He's in
Israel.
the
but-
cell next to Knightenator in the witness protection. He's not allowed to say where he's from, who he is.
FBI, open
Might
up.
be.
So, Bonsai, what is your question?
Anyway,
Yeah, I'll try to make it short. What if you have to choose a game that you have to enter into? Which game is it, and which character will you be?
I have to
Like
be
in real
the
life,
And if
game.
in-
like, you
Yeah,
go into
you-
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's,
that guy.
that's a really good question.
Great
If you
question.
don't have a game, then it can be another media.
That is a great question. I would also like to ask, where does the cheese come in? I
Yeah.
was told there may be cheese in this question.
No, we were just cheese was chat, wasn't it?
It's if you choose a
was-
game that has cheese in it. Well, we know Knightenator's is just a Euro Truck Simulator. It's just-
Die.
You don't think you would die if you were in Skyrim? This is the thing. Someone's going to say Skyrim and you just fucking show up and get killed instantly.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
choosing Farm Simulator 19 so that I
Oh,
can
you
live.
don't have to enter as the main character. You can choose whoever you want
It's
to.
even worse then. If I show up
Yeah.
as myself.
I'd like to
in
be a
Final
guard in
Fantasy
Skyrim
VII.
that gets
Yeah,
murdered
arrested
because
and
I
killed.
caught the guy stealing cheese.
Dude, imagine you show up in Visage or whatever, like a horror game. Pick one of those.
Oh,
Be
not
like the
Visage.
scary dude in Outlast, chasing everyone.
You get to
killing
be
them all.
the
Yes.
murderer.
No, oh,
Farming
that's not my
Simulator.
answer.
Farming Simulator 19.
Bro, I like
Not running that
I
race.
don't know. Like where would you go? Because I love the cyberpunk universe, but fuck me, it must be horrific to actually, if you had to exist in there, it's actually
Yeah.
a pretty shit place to be, isn't it? Like there's very few games that would actually be a pleasant place. Like I'd be in Stardew Valley, mate.
Yeah.
I'd be in Stardew Valley with my little farm, just like paying my bills. Tom, here's your payment, mate. Do my
Yeah, but the
cabbages,
day
just
in, day out,
chilling.
mundane. You can't get out of that. You've got it's cyclical. It's boring.
Yeah, but
just
no one's
live in-
gonna, no one's gonna stab you or shoot
Surely
you in the
Pokemon's the
face.
best choice, right?
I don't know if it would, man. Playing Pokemon in real life, you're like basically just, it's like going to a dogfight
Yeah,
in real life.
exactly.
And you're like, oh god, this is
honestly-
awful. This Charmander is biting that fucking Raichu's face off.
And honestly, if
I mean,
Pokemon was real life,
it's
like
horrific.
half a Twitch chat would be in jail and not for the Pokemon fights. Like, come on.
Oh, I know what you're
Hey.
talking about. We actually looked this up. One of my mods
Romans,
loves Lucario.
Romans.
We looked up if there's Lucario sex doll. There
Yeah,
is.
no,
For over
no,
$1,000. You
no.
can buy it.
No, no.
There's a custom
no.
insert for it. Yeah,
I'm
it's all
sure.
good. It exists. There's reviews as well for it. So we looked at the reviews as well. They're pretty
I don't even
interesting.
know what that is, but I don't want to know.
Ask him
Cario's
for a friend.
Pokemon.
What did the review say?
It was literally people properly like reviewing it, like saying, you know, exactly what I wanted, amazing quality, have a custom insert in it and stuff like this. And you're like, explain to so many Pokemon fans. It exists though. Look it
What's
up, guys.
just so I can avoid it? What's the website?
I'm sure you've been on it before.
So after this stream, just to clarify,
Use
you're
the
looking
code.
up financial
Use the code.
domination and Mario sex dolls.
Use
You'll
the
be in
code.
jail.
Listen, use the code Queenie10 at the checkout.
I don't know why I'm getting involved in this. It's clearly you. Have to Lewpac
Hey,
2-pack.
listen, my search history is my own business.
The thing is, I feel like it's mine as well now.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like-
you guys don't know the struggle. My wife comes to me the other day and she says, "Hey, we need to book some flights for something." But my friend told me we need to use incognito mode because the flight websites can track like that you've been searching and put the prices up. And I have to pretend that I don't know what incognito mode is. I'm like, oh,
Everyone knows what it is. You don't have to be an absolute disgusting little fiend.
I'm like, incognito mode. Never heard of it. Sorry.
Little fiend.
Let me just Google that and find out what it is.
You made yourself look more suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm clipping that and I'm going
Made
to
it
send that to her.
You're probably like, to be fair, Ray will probably just send that to my wife. And she'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, I'm going to use this as blackmail. Like,
that's fine. Like,
no,
I would, game-wise,
Oh, yeah.
I'd go
I was
into
like-
old school RuneScape because it's literally, I've played it for 18 years. I would freaking love it. I would walk around Varrock and Lumbridge. I'd go everywhere. It would be so nice. And I'd have a little house on Catherby Beach and it would be divine. It's lovely. That's what
would
I
you do?
Ah.
Would you do rune crafting though? Like no one wants to do rune crafting full stop.
wouldn't be
let
my
alone
first choice.
actually, let alone like I'm gonna get fire making to a 99 first.
I'd probably do all the other skills first if I had to. But agility would be the worst one. That's just dull.
Jumping
wanna
on
be running
roofs and
around.
shit. That's all I
Parkour.
know of RuneScape
Yeah.
is just jumping on a roof round and round in a circle. To
Agility,
be
that's
fast.
agility training, Megan. That's agility
I
training.
don't know
It's
what
very
that
important. How else are you gonna get good at agility?
Hope really hard that you can run fast if you need to.
You don't. You get to level 60, that's enough. That'll do you. You'll be good.
Okay.
Oh, Stardew's where it's at. Come and join me in Stardew. We're chilling.
Well, I'm sat thinking of that kind of vein, but then I'm also going down the vein of Night of like World of Warcraft. I would live like there's so many beautiful cities and places and just like I'd avoid all the bad stuff and like live in a city where no one can die because magic, even though they can die, or I would live in Coral Island, which is like a Stardew Valley kind of rip-off, but all of the characters in it are so hot. Like it is just like they are all very attractive.
It's like Stardew meets Love Island.
Yes, I am not even joking. But like
How isn't
like,
Stardew like 2D pixel? I haven't played it. How can they be hot?
Bro, Stardew's like
not
so addictive.
Stardew, but like in
Stardew's
Coral
so
Island.
addictive, man. You
You're
can't.
just
it's-
imagining that the characters are hot on Coral Island in Star.
No,
Or
but
is
she has to
Stardew
live
Valley
there. No, she
and
has to
Coral
live
Island a
Live
different
there,
game?
they'd be real.
So how do you know they'd be hot?
because they're hot in
Because
the
their
game.
drawings are attractive, Brad. Come on.
All right.
Creative license. Creative license.
I've got the questions.
Like you're
Your
a
Honor.
DM. You've DM'd Brad. You understand creative license.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize we were just imagining. I mean, in that case, I'll just go Final Fantasy VII, and as soon as I spawn in, Tifa is my wife.
I
You gotta
mean,
like make
That's the
them like
rules.
swoon, you know?
Yeah, but then
You've
like
seen me
then
try. I don't think I
Shinra
can.
destroys the city, Brad. Like it's not ideal.
Yeah, we'll get on
And
the
then you
ship.
have to go and like roam the world and raise chickens or chocobos or whatever.
It's
Like,
fine, I could do that.
So who hasn't answered? Have everybody answered that
You.
one? I did answer.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Bonze hasn't answered it.
Oh yeah, you wanted
That's
to
me?
get the inserts.
Wait, what was
No, I
that?
don't want to get the inserts, you shit.
Right,
Okay.
no inserts. Bonze, which
Bonze.
game do you want to go into?
My favorite game of all time, Mass Effect, and I
Oh,
would choose to be
God.
Joker.
Oh, okay, all right, good choice. Good
Which one
choice.
is that?
It's the navigate pilot of the Normandy.
Oh yeah, the funny
Ah.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and,
And
do you know
also
what?
you
I
get
would
to
do
fuck
that
the
too.
ship.
As my character Agnes, 'cause you loved my character, right? Oh, he's not answering it. I created the ugliest character I could in Mass Effect, and all the Mass Effect players came in and gave off about it. So it's possible, guys. You can make your dream come true and become the ugliest thing ever.
I'll probably catch the Normandy if that was the ship out there.
Good choice. Good choice. Thank you so much, Bonsai. Great question, by the way. Went on tangents again, but thank you so much for joining the stream.
Tangents?
Thank you.
Of this podcast?
I think that you should just
Fantastic.
rename the podcast to just Tangents. That's it.
Oh,
It's
dear.
not a bad name.
It's not.
Tangent. No, it's
What's
not.
an Someone said, what's an insert, Ro?
Oh no.
Oh,
Keep dressing
well.
like that and you'll find out.
Listen, it's something you need to Google. Oh my god, there's a fly attacking me in this bloody room. But it's
Did you
it's
get
something
air
you'll have to
conditioning
Google.
yet?
And we have a unit, but it's not.
Is it-
Oh, it is. Is it? No, they're coming next week
Is it
to
done?
sort it out. Yeah. It's, we'll have an air conditioning unit soon. Don't know if it'll kill the flies though, but like every so
No, they
often.
don't. They don't like it though. They don't like it when it's nice.
Oh,
and cool.
that's good because this room is
They
boiling.
get annoyed.
3 PCs, 3 massive monitors is not a good idea, guys, and a shit ton of LEDs. It's insane. What do we? So we didn't go through any of the podcast questions, but we've got to wrap up because somebody's gonna fall asleep on stream unless you've all been drinking. So I think as Lewpac, no, were you drinking whiskey? Or are you being normal for once?
Pulled out. Yeah, no. I had a little drink while we were
I
there.
knew it.
No, but the thing is, right? So I was chilling, and I was like, I don't know if people are drinking on this podcast. And then Meganyy gets a beer delivered,
I've been
and
drinking.
I'm like, guess we're good. I guess we're good to go. This is
Yeah.
the thing, like,
I
I have
considered it,
swapped
but
to
I'm
tea
too,
now, though.
I'm unwell. And I was like, that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
fuck me up.
I am unwell.
I was like, if I drink, I'm just gonna fucking have a horrible.
He's
fucking
unwell and he's
Hey.
still this sassy.
Chad's calling me out. I have to go to sleep at a normal time because kids get up at normal times, regardless of how
I have to go
degenerate their
sleep at
father is.
as well, otherwise I will take my own life.
Honestly, that is a sentence that I felt in my soul. I'm like,
Fucking seriously, I've readjusted so much this year to just fucking barely hang on.
This is the realest podcast I've ever been on. I love it. I love it.
I only considered not saying it in case we're still on the front page.
Oh no, I think we've been taken off. We didn't get in the full front
Oh,
page, I think, this time
dude.
because Twitch Rivals or something was on some type of competition, but we still got on it
Alright,
in
okay.
a way. So
Oh, yeah, I just-
but
just
would
checking.
that be okay? Is that killed me in the description? Did you see it on the front page in the
Oh,
description?
yes,
At the
they
bottom it was,
copied-
would that be okay? And I'm like, I don't know, would it? You tell me.
Oh, speaking about that in the DM, that was great. That was good. I think the person who put it up for us is in the US and they're panicking, and I was like, no, don't worry, it's hilarious, it's great, don't worry about it.
It's
They were
brilliant.
like,
It is
they were
brilliant.
panicking. They're so lovely as well, the one who put us on it. But hopefully next time I'll move it from a different day because Friday's overcrowded, so I'll probably move it to like a Tuesday or something or a Wednesday because I mean we're all gonna be on late anyway.
No
regardless,
one's
but-
got anything better to do, is what she's saying.
I
Like,
wasn't gonna say that, but sure, thanks for that. Yeah, guys, you just wanna. So we'll wrap up, and we'll say where we can be found, like our social media links. So Meganyy, if you wanna go ahead.
Yeah, I'm basically Meganyy everywhere, apart from Instagram because someone randomly had it with 2 Ys, so I've got it with 1 Y. But
That
Megan
bitch,
and
we'll find her.
and
her
everyone's like,
down.
"Why don't you just rebrand to 1 Y?" And I'm like, "Well, it just looks like everyone's just going Megan. Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You tell me. Like, I don't
Because someone had
understand the
Megan with 2
question."
Ys, yeah.
Yeah, but I am 2 Ys, not the one, and but that's me, pretty much. Meganyy everywhere. When I am a part-time, full-time, part-time streamer.
Part-time, full-time, part-time,
Full-time,
part-time,
part-time, yeah, part-time, full-time. Sometimes I stream, but at the minute I'm vibing.
With a butler named Alex.
And a butler
Voila.
named Alex, also known as the man that's chosen to live with me.
Good way to put it. Brad, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah, I'm BradWoto on Twitch, and in some places I'm BuffWoto, and we would have learned that story, but Lewpac decided that to shut that shit the fuck down. before
I'm
I got into
sorry.
it.
I
No,
apologize.
you're right.
You took a long breath, and I
did right.
assumed
Yeah,
it was
sorry.
the finish.
No, you're dead on for it. So,
I mean-
breathe.
on some shit, I'm BradWoto on Twitch. I'm BradWoto. That's the only thing that matters. I don't do a lot of other things.
Can we see the guns? Are you buff?
I kind of
Let's go.
no, I can't. I can't show it through these.
Oh, it's like pot noodle.
Somebody screenshot that and then like edit some like huge muscles in that. Thank you.
Lewpac's
Ramen.
flourishing friendship with Brad is slowly.
Mate, I think me and Brad would actually get on like
We're going
our
great.
house on fire. We've got that right mix of
I have
like
unrivaled physical
bluntness,
strength. There's a good
bluntness.
clip for you.
He's
You wanna see a clip of me lifting?
he would be like Dwight to my Michael Scott, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
And
He's like,
tune into
I've
that
gotta
for the next
feed the
10 years on
guns,
Twitch.
the
Well, yeah.
protein.
Well, that was just showing off. Blimey heck.
My babies, let me look after my babies.
Do a thing on stream where if I can't do it, but if I angle the camera, my arms look really muscular, and then you just turn
Yeah,
them sideways,
same.
and it just does
Same,
it.
it's like,
It's
yeah,
like,
you know,
whatever.
like guys, see, the girls think they know all the tricks, guys.
we
We're
know.
on this too. We're on this.
We
too.
know how to do biceps.
We know what's going on.
We know you're cheating. Don't worry.
So if you want to see my biceps, I will be showing them off on my stream.
Well,
I do a game vote.
Bro, I'll DM you, bro. It's fine.
Yeah. Come to the game vote tomorrow. You can pick what game you want me to hate next, and also you can watch D&D on Table Story. If you actually want to see a channel that puts a lot of heart and soul into content and effort and has production quality and loads of different creators on it, Table Story is the D&D channel that I was referencing. I helped co-create and co-run and shit. So it's not just me that does it all, and it has none
That's
of
awesome.
this bullshit energy of mine either. It's just
He
good
takes it
content.
seriously.
It's your passion project, though. It's your passion project.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I co-created it, and also it's taken on its own thing. You know, you just see something grow, like a child. It's literally like my own child that I was like, there you go, and then away it went. So if you like D&D, check that out. If you want me to probably ban you and say something awful about you,
Go to
then,
his stream.
you might. That's it. That's me. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
It was a pleasure having you all on. I'll move.
You sure
to...
people don't invite me to things for a reason?
You'll probably be invited to the next one, whenever the hell it is. If Twitch allow me to get.
Same, I'm
another
pretty
one.
sure I'm only here because they like it when I cook them dinner.
Oh, it was great, actually. It was really nice. Yes, that was great. Can't wait
You,
for the
missed
next time.
you didn't come for taco night though. I invited you for tacos, and then Simon was like, "Hey, Ro told me about taco night," and that was 3 days ago.
You went away,
wow.
didn't you?
Airing it out live.
Yeah, I know the drama.
Airing it
Yeah.
out during Knightenator's
It's fine,
shout-out.
you know. I just made tacos for
My
12
what?
people, but you know.
Shout-out.
Hold on, are you trying to say we're like 12
That's a
people? That's the two
shout-out.
of us?
Shout it. Knightenator, shout it.
Later it gets, the more London I get, my real accent starts fucking coming out, doesn't it?
Knightenator on
Yeah,
Twitch.
fucking
Knightenator on
Twitch,
Twitter.
innit?
What is going on?
Nobody
What
knows
is
at this
going on?
point with these two.
Right
Knightenator,
from
you
a
want to
bunker
go?
under Washington
Hold on.
Monument.
I'm ready. Right, so on pretty much all of the social platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and any others, Knightenator on there. It's really hard to spell, but it's there you go. It's in the chat. I am next live tomorrow, 8 o'clock GMT, and I have many things currently in the pipeline. I've been doing a lot of game design and some other crafty things that I'm not telling you about for Christmas. So if you like the sound of that, then yeah, feel free to come and check it out. And also thank you so much to Queenie and of course Blue. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No, yeah, man. Now
Anytime.
he's got that like radio,
Professional,
that
dude.
British
Absolute
radio.
professional.
Don't say that. I'm going to
Bro.
tell you about Habbo DJ.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's me, Habbo DJ.
She's like, hey guys, this is the #1 from New Kids on the Block. They've come in with a smasher this week. Tune in next week for the top 40.
Look, I didn't want to have to say this. I used to see Hospital Radio, all right? It was
Okay,
few years.
It's exactly that. It's exactly the hospital
A dream
radio.
job, by the way.
You're tuned in with Hospital Radio. Sorry you've got cancer, but here's the new one from Brittany.
Right, you are not getting that job. Christ.
Sorry.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
What's Brittany doing releasing
Sacked.
new ones?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Free Brittany. Free Brittany.
Oh, dear.
Alright, I'm never getting invited again, but sure. Alright, listen.
Lewpac.
Is it me? Am I
Yes,
the only
it's
one
you.
left? Hey, listen, follow me. Like, I'm just Lewpac on Twitch. Every other social media is dog shit. I don't do any of it. I hate it all. Like, my stream's pretty funny. Like, I think some people watch, some people don't, whatever. Just watch it if you want. That's fine. There you go.
My stream's also funny, by the way.
Brad's is probably.
I need to
listen. Brad's is probably more funny than mine. Watch Brad's instead. Watch Brad's. Like, listen, watch Brad's instead of mine, and then if he bans you, just come to mine instead.
Go to the other one. I should say that, like, it isn't just me. I feel like my stream sounds like hell. Like, you just show up in my stream and it's just horrible, and you're just trapped there or whatever. I try and make everything funny. All right, it's like
it's real. It's real.
It's not really just me being absolutely fucking like just liquid vitriol in your face like that thing from Jurassic Park, but you just get attacked as soon as you show up.
Someone said, "Do I need a booster chair?" I think it's my camera angle.
It's
like
your height.
This is the thing. Like,
You're just short, actually. You're just short,
It's
right?
not-
I am.
Really
I am
tiny.
actually. I am actually
4 foot
6'2". I am actually 6'2". That's the irony of the joke. I know they've been abused. Yes. I know that you're going out with
in real
you
life,
don't
take a
understand
picture.
this because you go out with a giant. So to you, everybody is a dwarf.
You
Take
are
a picture of him
tiny.
next to a door secretly.
I will go and stand next to an adult-sized door.
That's how we close
Well,
the
now I think it's not an adult-sized door.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a door just
It's
for the
not. I've
kids.
seen this. This is a tiny extension he's got to make himself look
he's a
tall.
little-
I live in the Shire. There's an adult-sized door.
All right.
There's
Okay.
me.
Mm.
Now-
No,
Oh,
wait,
we're
show my
compensating, guys.
pajamas. Woo!
Actually, speaking of which, my mum's house is 200 years old, and Simon has to duck under all the doors because the doors are for small Irish people. There you go. Hobbit
Yeah.
house.
Wow.
Oh
Good times.
man, yeah, where like I grew up in like a little village in Berkshire, and all the pubs had these like stupid low ceilings that
Yeah.
were like awful for like
old ones.
but they used to like they had leather padding on these like low beams and stuff, and it's like, bro, just
Pub
raise
closest
the
to me
roof.
is
Raise the
literally
roof, bro.
underground. It is like an actual hobbit hole. Like you have to go down like 3 steps, only for it to still be like I have to bet it's like a 5-foot roof, and I'm like, well, why didn't you just dig down another fucking foot? Like why is it still so short? You fucking go down into this thing. What the fuck? I'm so confused by it. It's one of the most confusing parts
Meanwhile,
of it.
Alex and I aren't exactly tall people, and we managed to buy a house with very tall ceilings. And there is a step ladder in the kitchen because we can't reach the top of the shelves.
What?
And you also have to deal with
so cute,
echo.
though.
High,
Can you
high
not
ceiling
do like
echo.
can you not do like the ice climbers in Smash Bros and like you jump on his shoulder and get up there?
Honestly, it was the worst feeling ever when we got into our house and I opened the cupboards and I just was like, oh no, oh no, I've made a big mistake.
Uh-oh. Dog's barking. He needs to poo.
Oh, well,
Gotta go.
that means on that note, thank you, Brad. Thank you very much. That's a great way to.
Welcome for the
to
out.
start-
Hard out.
No,
I think-
don't
Go
start.
until the dog's about to shit
I
himself.
think we may be biased, but this is probably the best podcast ever for UK Twitch. Like, probably. Like,
I can hear that.
Zero
having fun.
informative, but fucking entertaining.
yeah,
Yeah.
real.
getting
It's been
banned
real.
tomorrow.
It's been
Real.
real as shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, funny enough,
None
we
of
do
that
have our
American
feedback form.
bullshit with all their American hoo-ha and the phone 555 fake. I mean, I don't know. I quite like Americans, so
No one got shot.
No, we didn't
So-
have that many US people in today, which is actually quite interesting.
all right, good.
So...
Then let's get into it. Then let me
No,
tell you
no.
about that fucking Joe Biden.
No,
I mean,
Brad,
come on,
the dog's gonna
string
shit
a sentence
himself.
together, bro. What
Think
the
of the dog.
fuck?
End the podcast. End the podcast now.
End stream.
Oh,
Think
dear.
of the TOS.
Guys, thank you so much for joining the podcast today. It was an absolute pleasure having all of you. I think it's my favorite podcast now ever. I've only done 5, so don't take it as a massive
Suck it,
compliment
everyone
yet.
Oh, no.
Don't think it as a massive compliment yet. Just wait until I've
I
done
was
another
about to
10.
put that in my Twitter bio that it had been on the most favorite podcast ever, but okay. Fine.
Yeah, honestly, thank you for joining. Thank you everybody who submitted weird questions. We all appreciate it. And that is the end of the 5th PJ podcast. So guys, we will see you next time. Time for you all to awkwardly weave. Good stuff.
Yeah. No one knows when it's
know what the
muted,
ending of
and
this
we
is,
all just
yeah.
wave
We're
until
just
it's
keep it
gone.
all going.
Bye.
Oh.